The recording is in progress.
That's like twice as loud as everything else that goes on in this game.
Right.
I needed you to know. I hope you're aware now.
It wanted to be very, very sure that you weren't going to sue them because you didn't know. The recording was in progress. In any case, it is in progress, and we are in London in the year 2000. In the month, well, Sage, what month are we in? Do you know?
I think you said March last time, but to be honest, I think we're probably more closer to July. I guess it's just a feeling I have.
Feeling.
Yeah.
Does
June
anybody
or
else
July.
dispute that feeling, or do they have similar feelings or different feelings? Does it matter to them?
I don't think they care.
I believe what Sage tells me.
I missed that last bit.
Yeah. Okay, well that sums that up then.
Character sheets are ready to roll dice.
Oh, I love your work. In that case, I will go.
Probably like split difference between March and July.
Yeah.
What, September?
Yeah, September.
Say May.
There's a song
May.
called September.
All right. There's a song called Everything. God damn it.
Is there a song called Everything?
Actually,
probably is.
Yeah, there should be. Damn it. Then you've got something to write. I tire myself out sometimes. Now,
I know.
look, people. I'm talking to you, Barry.
What
Focus.
would I do?
Okay, last time what happened, because no one's on task.
Don't ask me.
So basically, we went to Wembley Stadium and played soccer. And then we went to a train yard to rescue some people that clearly didn't need to be rescued. So we had to put them down, aka the Whites. What did we do after that? The hell did we do after
I know
that?
that you wound up Sage and Alan wound up under a blanket watching.
Oh yeah.
Golden
We like split off, I suppose.
Before that, I know that Uther found your dog. Sam.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Raoul.
Raoul, which incidentally, Raoul has gotten a little bit bigger overnight.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's a chunky boy.
Yeah, he's grown. He's had a growth spurt. He hasn't had one of those for a while.
Nice.
Oddly enough. Philippe Gratiano. What are you doing? What were you doing in the last session, if you recall?
Are we starting?
Well, almost. I just want to check. Well, you were with John.
Yeah, I was with John. We were getting to know each other, basically.
Right. He was learning about clans.
Yeah, and I was giving them rundown on everything that I knew.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, and Dr. Shipman had been taken away to do some mind control business for the Camarilla, who needed a bunch of mind wipes for the sake of the Masquerade.
That's right.
So there was that. Oh, my microphone was so far away. So far away.
You're still. We could hear you. We could hear
You
you.
can hear me now?
We could hear you before.
Yeah, you could hear me before. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, excellent. So it's raining. It's London. It's dark. You are each awake and have been so for perhaps half an hour. At which you sync your time up roundabouts, half an hour to 45 minutes into the next evening. Have you done anything? Is there anything you want to have done in that 45 minutes?
I'm looking at my wardrobe.
Philippe's staring at his wardrobe for 40 minutes.
Yes.
All right.
Giorgio
comes in. Philippe, why don't you put some clothes on?
I don't know what to put on, Giorgio.
Why are you standing there like an idiot? What's wrong with you?
I'm trying to figure out, what do you put on for a training session with your bodyguard?
I don't know, Philippe, but please at least put on some underwear. It's all hanging out.
Oh, hang on, sorry.
No one needs to see this, you know.
Okay, no, true. And I didn't mean for them to see it, But I am a vampire,
Look, you're doing a training session. Is that what you said?
Well, that's what John said. He's going to show me the basics of stuff.
Well, maybe you can wear these things that you were using for the sculpting, these overalls like this.
Overalls. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. But
No.
they're not very stylish.
You put them over the top of your clothes. It's very good for keeping the dust off your clothes.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So this is what
Okay.
Philippe is doing. He's getting dressed for combat training with John.
Mhm.
Soon after Philippe, you are downstairs in the courtyard out the back of the building, practicing martial arts training with John. And you're thanking God that you're a vampire, because otherwise you would not be able to keep up with this.
Okay.
So this continues for a while, and you know, kicking and punching and blah, blah, blah. And John's kind of, at this point, he's saying to you that for the first 3 days, he's going to be soft on you. Then for the next week after that, he's going to start getting a bit harder and harder. And then he's going to just ramp it up. Training is going to get much more difficult.
I am ready for such a thing.
You say that now.
I do. I say it now and I mean it. And it's what I'm going to do. How hard is it going to get?
He kicks you into the swimming pool.
Okay.
Anyway, cut two.
Okay.
Sam I am.
Hello.
What are you doing at this point in the evening?
Probably miss making myself scarce.
Scarce.
Heading out, go explore.
Okay, you're exploring the nearby woods and trees and things about. Very well. You find an old folly that has been overgrown and covered in weeds and vines and such like. And as you wander around it, the moon is casting light into among the trees and leaves where you are, and you can hear the sounds of birds and insects. Hold the line. I think I have to check the door.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
So.
Yo,
Yo.
did someone prank Russell with free pizza?
How's that a prank?
I don't know. It's
Do
funny.
you think it
saying
ruins
that, right?
out?
It's all perspective. No.
I am going to be in so much
Prank him with the
pain.
pizza he has to pay for.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Pizza.
I don't like pizza.
Do you not like pizza?
I ate too much pizza when I was younger. And I never want to see pizza again.
Ah, okay. Was it real pizza or was it?
A bit of both. Sometimes it'd be real. Sometimes it'd be, you know, Domino's or something. Don't like Domino's.
No. I'm with
Nope.
you there.
We just started.
Pardon?
We
Where?
just started. And our DM is a box.
You see, that's why we stress them so much.
I'm not a box.
He's a box.
I'm not a box. I have returned.
He's a bit square. Yeah.
Okay, so Sam, you are trudging around this folly outside, and the moonlight is coming down where you are, and you see that large white wolf padding its way through the trees, and it turns and looks at you, and you see its gleam in its eyes, and you are on mute, so therefore your scream is in silence.
I try not to draw attention to myself.
I see.
Mhm.
Okay, how do you do that? What do you do in order to
I just
not draw attention?
stay away from it.
Okay, so you sort of back away and
Yeah.
okay. All right. And you continue exploring around and through the trees and things. You notice the wolf a couple more times before you end up going back to the house. I assume you end up going back to the house.
Yep.
Okay. So a couple of hours perhaps later?
Yep.
Yeah. It's maybe 10 o'clock. You head back to the house. Okay. All right. Sage, then, what have you been up to?
I will be upstairs writing my songs or trying to get them right.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I've got the time, might as well.
All right. Can you make me 3 performance checks, please?
Okay. I don't know what that is. Okay, 5 for one.
Goodness.
6 for the second,
Wow.
and 4 for the last.
All right. Well, you should record those numbers for your next 4. You're writing songs, so this is just the writing, I guess. This is the content.
Yep.
Lyrics. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty
Excellent.
good. All right. There you go.
I'm working on a couple of albums. One is going to be I might have mentioned this before. It's going to be sort of Carthage feeling but with the same sort of dark vampiric feeling to all of her songs. And the other album is going to be more based on beauty and love, to go with the more Toreador aspects of vampirism. So she's working on both the Bruja and the Toreador simultaneously.
Simultaneously. All
Yeah.
right. That sounds
But
good.
she feels like she hasn't really got the hang of she hasn't experienced like full-fledged love to fully portray it in her songs yet.
Right.
She's getting there.
She's getting there.
Yeah.
Well, as you've been up for a little while, by this point, Alan has brought you some folders upstairs that have been couriered over from Electra's office.
Ooh, folders.
Yes, and inside them they have a bunch of contracts and also a bunch of prospectuses, prospecti, the plural, for a number of agencies from which who are interested in taking you on as your manager, basically, as your agent, more specifically.
Ooh, okay, scary.
So you probably, it says, please have a look at this and get back to me as soon as possible.
Are any of them vampires
Are any of them
or
vampires?
ghouls, or do they? I want them to know what I'm going through in order to fully have a relationship with the manager.
It doesn't say anything about that here. These are just standard agencies, but you could make an intelligence and investigation check.
Investigation.
Investigation.
Need to put points in that at some point.
2 successes.
Yeah, 2.
2. Yeah, I mean, you don't know. Maybe Electra knows.
Okay. I'll look over them for the meantime anyway.
Right.
Yeah. We'll see.
And Electra definitely wants to see you as soon as possible. So, as soon as you
Guess we're doing that tonight, huh, Alan?
What's that?
We're going to see Electra tonight.
Oh, right. Electra. Yeah. She's been nice to me, eh? Yeah.
Yeah. Are you
To
going
you
to be
too,
wearing
I
that? Huh?
Oh, you're saying I should get changed?
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
all
probably.
right. Come on. Okay. I'll get all blinged up and shit, right?
Right, okay.
I'll get my tracksuit on.
No. Please, no.
You don't
Anyway.
like my tracksuit? Yeah, come on, it's from Slovakia. It's a genuine fucking real thing, man.
Like,
I want to be
like
a
a
soccer
gangster?
hooligan.
Oh, right. Like a soccer hooligan. Don't wear it.
Don't wear it. All right. I will
No.
not. But if I was a vampire, I tell you what, I'd have a lot of soccer hooligan fucking ghouls, mate. Tell you what, I'd have a fucking army of them.
Maybe one day you can.
Yeah. So anyway, so you want me to get dressed up? All right, I'll put on a suit and shit, and I'll get blinged up for fancy upstairs, downstairs business. All right.
Perfect.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
All right.
Let's make a night of it.
Let's make a night of it. All right. Sounds good then. I'll see you down by the car in what, about 16 hours when you're ready?
I throw a pillow at him.
He catches it.
Damn it.
Half an hour then?
Maybe give me a bit more time. I don't know, maybe an hour and a half.
Oh my God. All right. I'll watch some football then. And
Yeah.
I'll see you then.
All
All right.
right.
He hangs up. No, he doesn't hang up. He's in front of me.
Hangs up.
He hangs up his brain. He puts down the phone
Okay.
on his brain. Okay. So he goes off.
Get
And you're getting
changed.
ready for an
Yeah.
hour and a half. All right. So round about 10 o'clock, I guess you'll be heading out. Philippe,
Yes.
your training session is coming to an end, mostly because your retainer has run out of breath.
Oh, thank my God. Oh, yes.
It's all right. I think I've had enough. Tired
had
now.
enough.
But you're doing pretty good. Pretty good. I think you know things about how to use your own powers. I don't know how that works. Maybe you need training from one of you.
From one of me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe once you finish that kind of training, something I can teach you will, I don't know, maybe together they can help one another.
I suppose so. You're gonna organize the rest of the team, right?
Yeah, they have been organized already. I have a team watching us now.
Oh, okay. What do they do?
Well, Philippe, you see there, the building looking down on us from the east side of the road.
Yes.
You see up there on the 11th floor.
Heightened senses.
Heightened senses. You see up there, and you can see the slight gleam of a scope from behind the glass window in there.
Ooh, I'm glad he is on my side. Okay. I see. Yes.
Okay, so there we have lookouts in a number of places around. Let's just say more than one.
Okay. Okay. Do you think I should make them what you are?
Well, not yet.
Okay. I'll leave that side of things up to you.
I think better that you don't know who they are.
Okay. Why?
In case you are captured.
Okay. All right. Mm-hmm.
We'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
Maybe my logic is flawed.
I do not think so. I see the logic in it, but okay. All right.
Also, I want you to be able to move freely.
Okay.
Okay.
He doesn't admit that he feels more pain than he has in a century. Almost. Okay. All right. But he gets ready for the day. He's going to the gallery.
Going to the gallery, all right. So he heads off to the gallery. John is with him in the car. Is John driving, or is he in the back with Philippe, with maybe Giorgio driving or something like that? Yeah? Cannot hear you.
Giorgio is driving.
Okay. All right. So Giorgio's telling some old story about shit.
Yeah, yeah. The usual.
The usual. All right. And Giorgio says, by the way, Philippe,
Yes.
not sure how to tell you. Rosa, she has something for you.
Oh, do I have to eat something again?
No, she knows. You're not eating anything.
Okay, all right.
Okay. I'm warning you so that when you come home, you're prepared.
What is it?
I can't tell you, but it's a surprise coming.
All right. Okay, absolutely.
All right.
I look forward to it.
And they drop you off. He drops you off at the gallery. He says, he's going to go and park up across the street, and he'll be there when you're ready to go.
Okay.
You and John go into the gallery, and this is the one that you recently rented, right?
This is.
Right. The train
I
station.
own it. I own it.
Own it, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you spend time there doing stuff, doing art stuff, I assume.
Yep. Yep.
All right, cool.
And looking at other people's art who want the exhibition there.
Okay, so there's an exhibition room, and there's like
Yep.
your own space for doing your own studio
Yep.
work as well.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
cool. All right.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie. Samuel. 10 o'clock rolls around. You're back in the house now. Do you have anything else that you wish to immediately?
No, not currently. I guess I'll go find Benjamin and see if there's anything he needs help with.
Benjamin's doing like evening tasks at the moment. In fact, right now he's bottling a bunch of spongy looking blue globes into a tube.
Do you need a hand?
Oh, no. Everything's well. Thank you. I'm perfectly fine. Yes. And how about you? how's things going since you've been in London? Have you been out much?
No, not much. I was in London the other night, but other than that, I've been just around here.
Ah, I see. Well, it's quiet out here usually, most of the time. From time to time, we get a little bit of weather, one sort or another. So you are studying with the master Uther now?
Yes.
Oh, that is excellent. I expect he will come and find you sooner or later this evening, if you are about.
And also, your white wolf friend, is he likely to try and attack me again, or?
He attacked you the first time? Out of game. Can you remind me what happened there?
I stumbled across it and he grabbed me by the head and dragged me in.
That's right. Yes. I couldn't honestly say for sure, but if he hasn't killed you yet, then perhaps he's decided he likes you.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. I wouldn't want to take responsibility for being correct about that.
Thanks. I'll see you around.
Very well. And at some point, Uther does come and find you, and asks you how your training is going and what you would like to train in at this point.
Probably another protein, but I've got to save up the XP, but I'll start studying towards it.
All right.
Changing form.
Okay. So you're saving up XP for protein right now. What level protein are you at? You're like level 3 already. You go for level 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Level 4 is wolf to bat. Wolf and bat, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
I can't drive, so it makes sense I should be able to travel.
Very slowly.
How do you take your dog?
Yeah,
Just
you can
pick
turn
him
Well,
up
if I'm a
by
wolf,
the
the dog just
scruff.
runs with, right?
Right. Right. And you can cuddle and sniff each other's asses.
We could, but probably won't.
No. All right. So you do some training with Uther. I'm saying that you get 3 experience points towards protein.
Ooh, nice.
At which point, I don't assume that you have enough XP to actually get a dot yet.
No.
Right. Okay. Sage, what are you doing?
Well, I would have gotten ready.
Mhm.
Would have walked downstairs in a nice outfit, the blazer or something.
Yep.
Looking for Alan.
He's sitting down, watching a video of a game that he played in. He pauses it as you come in. Well, you look all right. He stands
Thank
up.
you. You
know-
also look adequate.
Oh, thank you. Adequate. That's nice, isn't it? Put on a stand blazer and everything.
No,
at
you look
this.
fantastic.
I got cufflinks on, buddy.
Ooh, what do they look like?
They're
Soccer
like
ones,
are they
football
soccer
ones.
ones. Are they football ones? Let me see. No, they're not. They're the
Okay, well that's
opposite of
good because it would be
football ones.
camp otherwise.
Yes, yes, it would. No, they are little black crosses on gold.
Ooh, this looks nice. Are you wearing your ankh? Sorry, are you wearing your ankh?
Yeah, it's under my shirt.
Can I see?
Yeah, it shows you.
Nice. It's a good choice.
Thanks.
Anyway, shall we
So-
get going?
Right, I guess I'm driving then.
Yeah.
Right. And which car would you like to take this evening, milady?
Maybe we should go on the fancy one. We're all dressed fancy.
The fancy. Which one's the fancy one? They're all fucking fancy. What are you talking about? Like from where I
well,
grew
you
up
got-
in Bristol.
Okay,
like
you've got the
Toyota
fast
Rags.
one, and then you've got the fancy one.
Right. So you're saying we take the all right. So
We
you
take the fancy one.
take
Why
the
not?
fancy one. Take the nice car, and off you go, brum brum, and you drive into town, and you
Going
go
to
visit-
Electra.
Right. And Electra lives in the city, in a hotel. which is not in that folder. Here we are. Highgate Estate.
Ooh, fancy.
Yes, and you drive into Highgate Estate, and of course the gates are all lined with fairy lights everywhere. The trees have got fairy lights wrapped around them. They're manicured to within an inch of their lives. The grass has all been clipped individually with tweezers. It's incredibly
And measured.
clean and measured and refined. The flower gardens, which you can, well, you can barely see some of them, but some of them are lit up, are extraordinarily well kept. And eventually you get to the house itself, which is another one of these massive mansion affairs. But this one's sort of in an area that is squeezed in between a cathedral over there and some warehouses and estates over there that are actually quite high class because they're being used by companies like advertising agencies and very trendy corporations around here. So in any case, you drive up and Alan gets out of the car, comes around to your side, and as he's about to come to open the door for you, a man in a uniform steps forward with tails and opens your door. And Alan steps back. Oh, sorry. All right.
What? Okay, thank you.
The word for the person that drives your car is a
Chauffeur?
chauffeur. No, yeah, no.
Wait, a valet?
Valet.
Okay.
He's a valet.
Right.
So the valet takes your car and drives around to the back with it.
Did that just happen?
Yeah. What?
We don't have that. It's just odd.
What? So you never
Well,
done
normally,
that before?
no. I'm used to opening my own doors and getting out on my own.
Right.
then-
Well, you're famous now, love. Too late now. Jesus, people do that shit for me. It gets on my nerves.
Oh, really?
Well, they used to. When I was a famous footballer before I became a ghoul. He nudges you in the shoulder. Let's go. Come on, then.
I'll take his arm.
All right. So you start
We're
walking
being
up
fancy tonight.
the front
So
door.
Mm.
All right. Well, you go in and there is a large soiree occurring with numerous people standing about, almost like they're preparing for a ball. A ball where that sort of never seems to happen. The music never really starts. But there's crystal candelabras hanging from the ceiling and beautiful people wearing beautiful clothes, swanning about, eating little sandwiches cut into triangles and all number of other fancy foods and cheeses and things like that. And you can smell all of this humanity in here mingled among you. It's a little intoxicating as you go in, but as you come through, you see Electra up on the stairs talking to a gentleman who has about 4 little sycophants hanging off him, who are all desperately trying to get anyone's attention except each other's, because they don't like each other. They're rivals. You can almost automatically tell.
yeah.
And Electra turns around and she says something to them and she departs from them and she sort of floats down the stairs in her gown.
Wow.
She arrives
So
at the bottom
pretty.
of the steps and parts through the sea of people in your direction. Several people try and step up to her and stop her, and at that point,
She does this. Talk to the hand.
talk to the hand.
Talk to the hand.
You see a toreador who you think their name might be Michaela go up to her and say something in her ear. And then Michaela kind of whips off into the crowd again. What was the other thing? Oh, one moment, please. One moment, please. Yeah, a number of other toreadors that you may or may not recognize. I don't know. Do you know many toreadors in the city?
No, not really.
Not many.
Philippe?
Okay. All right. Very
Kit?
well. Kit, right. Actually, you know what? It would make sense.
You wondering to put like Sophia in the mix or Philippe?
Well, I'm thinking that there is a good. Well, why not? Why wouldn't Electra summon him to this soiree? It's such a big fancy soiree. Philippe
Yeah.
should be there, right? Would you agree, Philippe?
With your pants on though.
With your pants on, and you too, Missy.
Yes, yes.
All right.
I-
So Philippe's there with pants on. Great.
I'm gonna go to this flyaway. What is it? I can't say the
Soiree.
word. I
Yeah.
cannot. Yeah, I'm going to this thing
All right.
because it is my Toreador duty to do so.
All right.
Not because I am, snobbish or anything like that.
Very well. I think that Garth, you need to cultivate a character that is very social related.
Mhm.
So
Alright.
to balance your antisocial Nosferatu and Gangrel.
And that is quite easily done. I've got a charisma of 4 and bullet protection of 3. Just not very good looking.
Charisma of 4 is good though. And it's kind of like Mickey Rourke, ugly as fuck,
Yeah.
but kind of still got charisma and kind of cool. Anyway, okay, so Philippe, you head over to this place. You get there approximately the same time because this is the time that you've been invited. And you can choose when you want to spring yourself on the scene. Okay.
I will come in.
All right.
Yeah.
In which case you can make a perception alertness check, and so can Sage.
Thank you.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah. Someone else is gonna do it for him.
Someone else, yeah.
4.
4. Okay. Well, you see Philippe coming in from another door.
Or am I rolling something for Philippe?
Yes, please. Perception and alertness. Yeah, Philippe, are you with anyone? Is John with you?
Yes.
Okay, so John is with him. And Alan is with you, Sage, yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
And he got 2.
And you got 2. Okay, so yeah, you see Sage as well over there. But Philippe, you see a number of other toreadors, whom you may actually know. Being a toreador, you might have actually been introduced to them. So
I have spent some time with the prince, so.
right, and as you're coming in, some of these toreadors are leaving, and before they leave, Electra stops and she says, Philippe, and she turns and points to Sage and waves to you and brings you sort of together, if you will.
Okay.
Yep. We'll
she
move
says-
forward.
I should like to introduce you to some others of our ilk, if you will. This is Gian,
Again.
child of Angelus. Gian Guston Medici. At your
Hello.
service, he says. If there's anything I can do to help you, please call to me. I am always available to help others. And he smiles and nods.
Out of what's his appearance?
His appearance is
A Bajurian?
actually kind of. He's actually kind of fugly.
Sorry.
His face is a bit. Yeah. No.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Toreador come in all shapes and sizes.
Yeah. True.
So do
and
Gangrel.
he says, "I will introduce you to my child, Claude de Fontaine de Blanc, and this is Jade Derringer." And they smile and nod as well. And Jade says, "Pleasure to meet you."
Nice to meet you.
It
I'm
is
Sage.
pleasure.
And Claude just taps this metal rod that he has in his hand against the not the wall but the balustrade a couple of times. He says, "Come on, we must get out of here. Please, I can't wait any longer." And they head off down the stairs and leave. Then she introduces you to Vega, who is the child of Fontaine, I don't know if you've met Fontaine, she says. And she introduces you to Sari Makdisi, who is recently come to Chicago and may or may not be here for long. But in any case, she's very strange and alluring, and you often see her sort of standing around the back of the room by herself. She's often wrapped up, she is wrapped up in robes, in fact.
What type of robes? Are they recognizable as a nation or a people? Or...
They remind you of a kind of desert culture, perhaps. Maybe they're quite coarse robes, coarse material, coarse looking material. On closer examination, you can see that it's actually wool and it's soft, but it looks like rough, coarse sacking, actually. But it's made of brown woolen cloth, woven finely to have this appearance. So she almost has this kind of peasant-like look. But her clothes are in fact expensive as fuck. And that's the thing.
Yeah.
Okay. In any case, finally, Electra takes you through to another room by yourselves, and she says, "Well, it seems to have you finally alone at last. Such a pleasure to see you all." Oh, and Sage, she comes and kisses you on both cheeks. You're doing such a wonderful job. Everything's going so well for you. I'm so pleased.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, we need to talk about a few things. You wanted to talk about agents. I sent you some prospecti for those.
That you did?
Have you had a chance to look at them?
I have. Could you tell me if any of them are like us? Kindred?
A kindred?
Because I think it would be wise to have someone that sort of knows what I'm going through so that they could, prevent certain outcomes if I need it.
Well, the way I look at it is that I sort of take that role for you informally.
Oh, I see.
I'm not officially, we don't need to have a contract. You and I are vampires. We have prestation between us. We have honor. We have our traditions and our codes. I know that we won't cross each other over petty business deals. It would be such a pointless waste of time for us to do such a thing. Therefore, I shall act as your agent unofficially among kindred, and my influence upon these mortals, the mortal agencies, the managers, etc., is what I intend to use to keep things under control.
Okay, well, in that case, what is your recommendation? Because I don't really know what to look for.
I see. Well, I have worked with a number of clients when she starts talking about the people that she's worked for, the clients that she's seen, and blah, 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 a bunch of business stuff. You spend maybe an hour or two talking about this stuff if you want to, and clearing it up. And you can choose the name of the agency that you want to go with.
Okay, cool.
One up if you want, or you can look one up, whichever you choose.
I will do that.
And you can
probably not at the moment, but I will.
Sure. And if you want to come up with a couple of NPC names for your manager and a couple of people at the agency, might be their secretary or whatever the fuck.
Yep, that can work.
Shit like that.
Okay.
You can develop it as much as you want. Cool. All right.
Yes,
and
excellent.
Electra asks Alan how his career is going, and he's still taking acting classes and blah blah blah. And Philippe, what of you? I heard that you recently had your the reception to your recent exhibition wasn't so hot.
You're on mute.
It was not so hot, no.
What on earth went wrong?
It is hard to explain. You might say people saw in the art what they did not want to see.
Often art is confronting for people.
Yes, and unfortunately for myself, my art is sometimes too confronting for people.
I've had it told to me that among our clan, at least, all concerns for such any impeachable offences have been dropped. I understand you had a conversation with our prince, and Lord Angelus has explained that it is understandable how and why these events have occurred.
Yes, he is indeed a very knowledgeable and talented leader.
Kind, too, I feel.
Yes, very kind. Very
Yes.
kind indeed.
Have you looked around the house, the manse, etc.? If you have time, there's a few things you might find interesting.
I would love to. I would love to.
Right. And so Electra gives you a guided tour of the place. There's a library, there's a studio, there's a bunch of different things you can probably.
Philippe knew a lot about architecture. Does he still know a lot about architecture?
Something about it.
Yeah, he talks about the architecture of a house and.
All right.
And behind them,
Yeah.
Sage is like like bored.
Oh no.
I do that to Alan.
Okay. Alan's like, right.
And John's like at the back walking along. Yeah.
Right. Recording everything on his phone. No.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a phone to do that. That doesn't work. It's 2000.
Yeah. 2000.
Anyway, yeah. Okay, so eventually the soiree comes to an end, and people are leaving and what have you. And Electra says, well, now that that's over, would you like to go out and party and feed and have a good time?
Yes.
Well, that was very straight up of you, Sage.
I'm always up for a good time, let's be honest.
Always up
As
for
long
a
as
good
I can
time.
take Alan with me, everything should be fine.
I'm sure your retainer will check out.
Check out.
Well, he's, shall we say, vampire safe.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Good.
I-
Yay, Alan, your vampire safe. Look at you.
Oh, yay, I'm vampire safe. The question is, are the vampires Alan safe? That's what I'm concerned about. Or is Alan safe from the... Yeah, anyway. It's quite a character you have there. Yes, I am quite a character. I've been told that. Yeah. So, what are you lot doing then? Am I driving you somewhere? Electric goes, oh, you'd like to bring your driver. You're the driver and you're coming along. Well, I don't think
Yes.
you should be too serviceable. Perhaps we need a vehicle that doesn't look like it needs a driver. What do you mean?
We're both confused.
He looks at her like,
Philippe is
What?
totally confused.
she says, well, you see, if you were to turn up in a limousine, of course you would need a driver, but if you were to turn up in a sports car or perhaps an SUV, you might easily not need a driver, and it might appear quite normal to just get out of the car yourself without all of the superfluous personnel, etc.
That's kind of how we got here.
Well, there you go. Perfect.
Yeah, he's not my driver. He's my friend that drives us around.
Oh, well.
Because apparently I drive too fast and too furious.
I see. Interesting.
Oh,
Interesting.
she
Just Sam's
definitely
face.
does drive extremely fast and extremely furious. Yes. I have witnessed it myself.
Very interesting indeed.
Hmm.
So, yes.
Where were you thinking of having this time, this party, this?
Oh, At
Yes.
my house, of course.
Oh, what a pleasure.
Is this it?
Oh no, I live upstairs.
Shall we go upstairs?
And so she invites you to the elevators, and the party goes from soiree to something a little bit more vampire friendly,
Yeah.
shall we say?
Mm.
A little bit
Mhm.
more risque. It becomes a
Ah.
cross between a BDSM club and
Tatiana
a
better be here.
vampire
This is her
feeding
thing.
ground. Tatiana, in fact, is here.
That makes sense.
It does make sense.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She's out on the balcony, spanking and paddling people who are chained up in a set of stocks
Hey,
at present.
Alan, do you want to be in one of those again?
Fuck no,
Would you?
I don't.
Are you sure?
You just like down with the patriarchy and everything, and you think that I'm the patriarchy, so you're going to put me in that situation. I
I
get
just
it.
like to spank you. I walk away.
Wait. Wait.
What?
And as Alan's going past Philippe, he goes, "Oh, really? Mm.
He stops and he goes, "Well, at least you didn't try and spank me, and I wouldn't have been surprised."
Do I look like that kind of person? Mind you, what does that kind of person look like?
There you go. What
Ah,
was that kind of person?
good,
like?
good point, good point, good point. The night, as they say, is still young.
Tatiana steps out in front of you, Philippe. I know you from somewhere. Oh, right, you're that guy from that whole crew.
From what whole crew, my lady?
She punches you in the guts.
Oh,
She goes, that crew. Come on. I'm fucking with you. Come on, Philippe. You know me.
oh, I see what you mean. Yes, yes, I see what you mean.
How did you get in here anyway? Who let you in?
I came in through the door. Yep.
Really? They didn't just throw out all the riffraff?
No. I am not riff or ref. They both left.
I see. Sam. Can you hear me, Sam?
Can.
You get a message from do you have any contacts in London?
No,
No.
outside of Sage and Philippe. And
All right. I guess that Rhea could send you a message to say that there's this party going on at this location, and she's gonna go, and if you meet her at the door, she will come in with you.
Alrighty. What time?
She tells you a time. We'll say it's midnight. Say midnight.
Yep.
So now I've got you all in the same place. Finally.
Yeah. Are you dressed
Finally.
accordingly?
No,
Or
I
are you
can
gonna
blow you
throw it
all
out
up.
the moment you come in?
Probably thrown out the moment I come in.
Right.
Let's hear about that. Let's hear about how are you dressed when you
Basically woolly jumper and dungarees. Quite
Dungarees.
scruffy looking.
Okay. You get to the door then, and you're with Rhea, and Rhea's looking a little bit more BDSM actually than usual. She's looking a little bit like Trinity from the Matrix. And so she comes with you to the door, and they stop you guys, and they're like, "You can go in, he can't." And she's like, "Well, wait a minute. We have been invited to come inside." And he's like, he can't come inside. I'm sorry, you can't come in like that. And she looks at you and she goes, "Well, we've got some options. Change in the car, or quick shopping, or..." She leans into you and she goes, "We could do a mugging in the back street."
Yeah, right.
She looks at you and smiles. "I like you." And so you run off and do a mugging in a back street, and you steal some clothes.
They're fancier than mine, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to guess you lure some people into an alleyway and take their clothes.
Hmm.
You don't even have to break the masquerade to do it. but you will have to make a wits and streetwise check to see if it goes badly wrong.
I wonder if you're the one who killed Batman's parents.
I know, right?
Maybe. Street. It's a
Wasn't it
roll
the
I'm not
Joker
sure
that
right
killed
in.
Batman's parents? That does make the Joker
3
quite-
successes.
quite old. 3 successes. All right, very good. You come back a little while later with the correct clothes on, and they let you in. All right, very cool. I don't know what the correct clothes are for you, but you look a bit more like a preppy student, I suppose.
All right.
All right. And Philippe and Sage, you see Sam come in with Rhea, oddly enough.
What?
And Rhea nods to you, Sage, and nods to you, Philippe. Tatiana's still talking shit at you, Philippe, while that's all going on. Loud music is happening.
How did you get in here, Sam?
They let me in
Well,
Yeah,
that's great, but
after a while.
Sam smells a little bit like alcohol, oddly enough.
well, I'm weirded out. But anyway, I'm glad you could make it anyway. I hope you have fun. Here, have a paddle. Go spank someone. There's a person over there who's been very naughty. Off you go. I push him.
Right.
Because he smells like alcohol.
Oh dear. Okay. Well, as you go around the house, there are various people in various compromising positions, who are allowing other people to do pretty much whatever they want, and that's going on, and that includes humans as well as vampires. So there's as much sordid sex going on as there is vampiric drinking of blood.
I want to have sex, but I'm gonna go grab something to eat from people that probably are having sex.
Right. And
or just people that have no choice. They're being spanked or something, and I'm like,
right.
I'm gonna take what I
Well,
want.
There's spankings and insertions of objects and all sorts of things going on. In any case, it's all very lurid, and after a while, do you guys feed? Obviously, you're feeding. Philippe and Sam, what are your impressions?
I will feed a fable.
Okay, yeah, you can.
Yeah, I will feed. I will feed.
I'm gonna dance with some people because dancing's fun.
I'm gonna say I'll be back in a moment.
Very good. The house is divided up into a number of spaces with different music playing in different areas, and the pool outside on the bottom floor. So Philippe, you're going to go somewhere, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Giorgio, who's waiting in the car.
You're going to leave and go to Giorgio? Okay.
Yeah, I told him I'd be back in a minute.
All right. It's going to take a good 10 minutes to get through security and all of the fucking around. Okay.
Yep.
So you know.
I will tell security I will be back in a moment.
All right. They give you a stamp.
Okay. And I will go to the car and say, Giorgio,
Yeah, Philippe, what is it? How's it going in there?
I'm just getting a sketch pad. Don't worry.
Yeah, there's a spare one in the back seat.
Okay, all right. He gets out a sketch pad and his
All right.
pencils and stuff.
Yeah.
Giorgio, you can go home. I'll find my own way back, okay?
Okay, Philippe, you sure?
Yep. You take care.
I will stay up until 5. All right? You're not home by 5. Then you should stay wherever you are.
Giorgio, I love you.
Good night, Philippe.
All right.
Oh, he drives off.
I'm gonna drink someone high.
All right, so you're getting wasted. Sage is getting fucked up.
Yep.
Are you trying to get really fucked up or just a little bit fucked up?
Yes.
Yes. Then you're getting really fucked up.
Yep. I want to have fun.
Sage is getting really fucked up, and her decision making is getting worse.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, relatively worse. I mean, it might be considered better, but
When it comes to
Certainly
drugs and stuff, I don't think Sage really has the ability to stop.
right,
So
right.
that's how she died after all.
That's how she died.
hmm.
Indeed. Okay, so Sam, you're wandering around this party, feeding, and yeah. Anything else?
See if this I could see either Sage or Philippe, and then go hang out with them.
All right. Well, they are engaging in dance and drugs and lurid activity of their own. Fair call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I am now finding a seat.
Well,
Is that one okay?
oddly enough, you,
Oh.
well, two of you at least, are kind of bloodbound to each other.
Yeah.
And so there is that kind of familial link. Those-
Hey, family.
yeah.
Yeah.
Family, love, all that kind of stuff. It's a bit more
More complicated than that. More important. Yeah. So
I go dancing.
Okay, so you go dancing. Cool. Excellent.
and I draw stuff that I see at this thing.
Okay, so you come back in and
Keep
you've got a sketch pad.
Yep.
All right. Electra comes over to you. I see you've taken a liking to drawing pictures here.
Yes, I have, but this one I am working on is only for permission. Can I have your permission?
To keep drawing?
Yes.
Well, I think that there should be conditions. What do you think?
Such as?
Well, do you have any ideas?
Well, of course, every person I draw, I will ask the permission of. If they do not like it, they can destroy the picture.
I see.
But you, I would like to draw a picture of, especially.
Can you roll a charisma and performance check?
Don't worry, I'll only get one or two.
Well,
4.
doesn't look like it.
Four
Four.
successes.
Yeah.
She visibly shudders, and it's yeah. She smiles. She says, "I would be very glad to do that." She says, "I've heard interesting things about your art, Philippe. I've even seen some of it. When would you like to do this?"
Well, it would depend. Do you want to be pictured in your normal habitat, or do you want the private sitting?
Smooth.
She says, we'll have to think about that, Philippe, I think. I'll have to take some consideration, but I thought perhaps that you, as the great artiste, would have some ideas about what it was you were intending to paint before you came to me. Perhaps you should come back when you've got some ideas. Tell me what they are. I like black roses.
All right, but these sketches will at least show you perhaps that I have some talent and I am worthy of it.
I've seen your talent, but you are free to take these pictures. But I should like to see them before they leave the house.
Of course.
Thank you. She smiles to me.
So, in his relatively high state, good, you know, and
He's also
comfort.
feeding and
Yep, he's also feeding. He sees certain people doing certain things, but it's not so much the physical thing they're doing, it's their expression on their faces. The certain expression they have for a certain thing that happens to them. You know. And he tries to bring out what they're experiencing in a deeper sense. You know.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, very good. If you want to, Gareth, can you make Philippe a dexterity and whatever the fuck we're using for art these days check?
Craft.
And
Craft,
if he,
is it? Yep.
yeah, and if he doesn't like it, he'll just screw it up and throw it away, and put it in his pocket, and then throw it away somewhere else. Yeah.
Yeah. 4 successes. All right.
Yep, 4.
All right. Pretty good. Pretty good for a first sketch. In fact, it's amazing, you know. Yeah. We should come up with some lurid fantasy to call it and describe it with. Anyway, okay, so that's what you're doing. And Sam is wandering around looking for sort of predatory opportunities to feed surreptitiously without anyone noticing that he's a pervert.
Okay. Well,
Why not?
All right. Well, Sage is just openly going around being a pervert, and that's fine too.
I'm just having fun.
Good on
That's
you.
what you do. Yep. Thank you. Thank you.
Excellent. You're welcome.
Oh, really high. Really, really high. Really.
Halfway through the
Hey.
party, Electra comes to the middle of the group, and she calls everyone together, and people start gathering around her and disengaging from, well, mostly disengaging. Some of them are disengaging from the various activities, and she has some of their attention. To be honest, it's not fully attended. But she does say to everyone, I'd like to introduce a friend of mine to everyone tonight. This is my dear friend and new business partner, Sage Blackwood.
Hi, everyone.
Some of you may know her simply
How are you?
as Sage, and she turns and she presses one of these things. And a TV comes on, a monitor, boom, and one of your music videos starts playing. In fact, it's a projector, and it's a big wall next to the swimming pool. And so so she introduces you to the group that way, which suddenly you're now a magnet for every man and his dog who wants to know you and know you and get your
Nice to
autograph.
meet you. Oh, no problem.
So
go.
that happens. Is there anybody that you want to talk to, want to meet, any particular social interactions that you're looking to achieve or have?
What's Alan up to, for one? We need to make sure his mischief is managed.
Manage his mischief.
Yeah.
Alan's hanging out with this smoking hot chick on the balcony, and both of them are smoking cigarettes, and he is pouring out his heart's woes to her about you.
Oh, that's so real.
It is, right?
Yeah.
Jesus. I think in my mind, what a loser. But I like him. I'll keep him.
You'll keep him.
Oh.
Fair enough.
I'll go over to him.
All right. Oh, fuck. How did you get there?
Tickle him.
Oh, my God. How long have you been there for? You've been listening, haven't you?
I have. Are you okay? Are you crying?
No.
Don't worry. I've got it. Don't worry.
The woman sitting next to him, and she's like, he was crying.
Yeah. He hasn't been annoying you, has he?
He's fine. He's just had a little bit too many of these, and she holds up a bag.
Oh.
He's
Right.
like, yeah, I've had like 6, and I think like the fatal dose for humans is about 4.
Okay. Do you really think you should have any more? Or...
No.
Oh, why don't you have a little bit of this woman that he's talking to?
Yeah.
Do I get the feeling like she's in the know?
He
Like
goes,
anyone that's
by the
at
way,
this
this
party
is
is in the know,
Cindy.
right?
This is Cindy, and she knows
Where's
about
Cindy?
stuff, right?
Oh, right. You know about
Philippe.
Stuff.
Right.
Yep.
She knows about all the stuff, the blood
Philippe's
stuff.
going to do a cartoon version of this.
Okay. Philippe,
Yeah.
can you make a dexterity and craft check for Philippe, please?
Do you mind if I
Please make this high. Please.
do you mind if I take him away? I
5.
kind of
5.
feel like I might need to.
She's like, well, sure, but he was making big promises.
About what?
I
About
don't
what?
know.
I push him out of the way. Sorry, what? Tell me.
He
Please tell
kicks
me.
her.
I owe her.
You owe her.
Yeah. Charisma performance 7.
He goes, I didn't promise nothing. I was just
Okay.
talking.
That's 20 people.
20 people. Woof.
So,
Okay.
yeah, Alan, this chick,
There's
18
a
others.
lot of eyes on you right now, and a lot of eyes from people,
Tell me. Oh, wait, actually, no. I don't need to know. I think everyone deserves to be a mystery.
Wait, what? She's like, no, you can have him. And she stands up and walks off. And he's like, why did you do that for? I was getting along with her.
Because I wanted to give you some blood.
Oh. But why now?
I mean, I'm pretty high.
Couldn't it have been a bit
So-
sooner or a bit later? Like right
Oh.
then?
Oh, okay. Hold on. I'll go get her.
Come on, wait. No, come back.
What?
She's
What?
like, no. Drink first, go later.
Okay, right. Let's go find a couch.
There's one here. That's
All right.
where they were hanging out. There's a couple of couches and a massive ashtray full of cigarette butts, and glasses. There's a broken glass on the floor over there with shit on the floor. There's a couple of inebriated people in the corner
Jesus.
trying to have sex at the moment. Anyway, Alan sits down. He's like, here's a cup. He pours out some wine on the floor.
Do you want to drink from the cup?
Is there an option?
Of course, there's an option.
Puts the cup down gently on the table. He says,
Take
I'd
out
like to take option 2 then, please.
I'll take out a claw, and then I guess I'll like scratch myself somewhere that I can lick myself afterwards,
Right.
and then
Your
let him
armpit.
go for it. Yeah.
Your elbow.
My elbow. No, foiled.
Foiled.
I'm ruined for the rest of my life. That's gonna scar.
It's gonna scar, right. So you feed him some blood
Yeah.
from your wrist, or where? Let's be specific.
I'll go like upper arm.
Upper arm. Okay.
Yeah, I can look there. So there. I can
Alright.
look there. Yeah.
So he takes that, and he tries to be gentlemanly about it, I suppose.
Aw, gentlemanly. Pinky
Whatever
up.
that even means, if you can get that vibe off him. And he also tries not to want it too much and not be too sort of greedy or creepy about it. So, he's trying these things. You can probably tell because he's like an open book to Sage most of the time.
Most of the time. Sometimes it's hard. But...
And then he grabs you and he says, Sage, I love you, Sage. And he looks a bit drunk because obviously you've been drinking a lot of high juice as well.
Yeah.
And so now he's quite high as well. So it's like,
I think she'll lean in to kiss him.
okay, and
Still bleeding at the arm. She should
still-
probably heal
you
that.
haven't licked your, yeah. Okay, so you're dropping blood on the floor.
No, my precious.
And you can make a wits and intelligence check.
That's not able to be done, I'm afraid. Wits and intelligence.
Oh,
are
sorry,
both-
wits and alertness, wits and
Okay.
intelligence, wits and
Wits and
intelligence. What the
alertness.
fuck am I thinking? But I like the fact that you tried.
I didn't try. I knew it wasn't going to work. Just one.
One success. You have this sudden instinct jumps up in your blood, in fact, up in the back of your brain, and it's like you have the sudden urge that you need to lick the floor.
What?
Like your blood cannot touch the floor. It cannot go out of this. Nobody.
Right,
can
okay,
touch your
right.
blood.
All right. I push him away. I lick my wound, and then I will like make sure that I guess my dress or something. I'll wipe it out with my dress.
So what are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?
I can't leave it here.
What happened?
I can't leave my blood here.
All right. Okay. All right. So okay. You pushed me away. It's a little bit mean.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
All right. Fine. Okay. I
It
understand.
just felt like I had to do it. Like it was necessary. Like maybe I was dominated. Probably.
Maybe it's in the blood.
I think so. That was weird. That was a weird feeling. Yeah. Don't know if I like that, but now I know.
Yeah, probably best not to leave your bloodline around, especially if you're a vampire. So, you want to stick around here, or what would you like to do? He says, reaching out and taking your hand.
Oh, I don't know. What would you like to do?
Hi.
Barry.
I do not know what anyone wants to do,
Oh, hi, Philippe.
but
Oh, fuck.
I have made a little. Now you two can throw this away if you're finished, because I really don't care, you know. Okay, so I made little cartoons. You might
Cartoon.
not like it, so throw it off the balcony if you want. But look! I got 5 on the dice for this cartoon I made. In this
Five
event.
dice, 5 successes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And what does it depict?
It depicts the whole, those two, and all the relationships they, and remember he's as high as a kite too now.
Right.
And
So it's kind of like a caricature of Alan and Sage.
yeah, and he knows a lot of what they've been through, so he's drawn it, but he's not high enough to show anything that would upset them.
Okay.
It's intended to make them laugh and maybe make them keep it and remember stuff.
Well, with
you know?
5 successes following that intention, I'm
Yep.
sure we can try and think of something that might match that exact thing.
Yeah.
Sage, if you have any ideas, I'd be interested to know too, because you know what Sage would think was funny.
Right. Okay. Um,
Unless
I
you
d-
didn't think anything was funny. Because
I didn't think any of this was really funny. It was more.
or could be poked fun
Yeah.
at, perhaps. I don't know. Maybe it's the naivete of Alan or his
Probably. I think then.
Yeah,
I think you're right there.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Very
It's
well.
nicely
So,
done.
No problem. Excellent.
So you see, I have done this. Look.
Oh,
And
Love
if
it.
you,
Thank
if you
you.
make the pages go fast enough, it will move.
Oh.
Yeah. Make the pages.
What do you think, Alan?
I think that's very clever, Philippe. Very clever. Why didn't you get a job at Disney or something? I heard that their animators basically work like slaves. They do exactly what you just did there, except they don't get paid fuck all for it. And they work for hours, all day, all week,
So
child
you
labor, all sorts back in
So
the
you
day.
think Philippe should join Disney
Well,
and become one of them?
I don't know. I think maybe he could do something different, but this is like an animation. You could make a movie or something like that.
Do you think they would pay me a few $1,000s? Because most people pay me a few $1,000s.
I think they'd probably pay you a bit more than that, because you'd have to paint a lot of pictures for an animated TV thing or a movie or something.
That is true.
A lot
That
of
is true.
pictures. So yeah, quite possibly a lot. But
Anyway,
don't you know that guy over there? He looks familiar. And then you look over and you see Timothy Stenson and some of his people.
I think I should go over and say hi. Alan, why don't you go find Cindy? We were having a chat to her, remember?
Oh right, yeah, Cindy. Yeah. Oh, there she is. Oh, fuck that guy. He walks off towards some guy talking to Cindy.
Okay, I'll go over to Tim.
All right. And he's like, well, good evening, Sage. It's so nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too.
He's smoking a cigar.
Thank you for all the hard work that you've done.
Well, it looks like our little venture is paying off.
I think so.
Yes. Oh, and look who it is. And there's a group of black clothing, black
Clothed.
Clothed. Yes. Black clad. People coming in through the main doors. One of them has a top hat. One of them appears to be Victor Faust.
I know a top hat when I see one.
You see
and I
some
know
others.
it's Victor Faust.
And you almost immediately know that this little coterie is all Tremere. There's 4 of them. Actually 5 of them that come in together. Victor starts looking around, and he goes and speaks to Electra for a few minutes, and he nods to you and dips his hat from afar. What are you guys doing?
I am going over to my dear friend over here.
Okay, perhaps, yeah?
You are my dear friend, but for a moment I have forgotten your name. What was your name again?
My name is, this is Melia.
Okay. I have lost my other dear friend.
Who are you looking for?
He stands about, so big. He was around here somewhere.
Out of game?
Is it John?
He's looking for, not John, he's looking for
Sam.
the other member, Sam, yeah.
Sam, okay.
But he's high, so he's forgotten Sam's name.
Right.
I would be gravitating back to these guys.
Okay. There he is. You see Sam then?
Sam, it is good to see you.
Hello, Philippe.
Especially in my condition, because, I do not often have fun like this, but just don't tell anybody that I don't have fun like this. It's our secret.
As you're talking, the Tremere contingent comes swooping over to your direction through the crowd. They don't seem particularly interested in any of the carnal things that are going on at all, actually. They seem to be entirely here for social purposes, or perhaps political ones. You notice that Victor is not the leader of this crew. He's perhaps the second or even third down in the rank of this group that are coming towards you. And as they come there, Victor says, I should like to introduce you to my dear friend, Sage Blackwood, and her associate, Philippe Gratiano, an artist of fine renown. I'm sure you've heard of him. And I do not know this one.
I'm Sam.
This is
Hey.
Sam.
I am Sam. Sam I am. Do you like green eggs and ham? Sorry, had to. It was required. Sorry.
Once per session.
Once per session.
That's
really? Why? Why? My God, why?
There is the man at the front has this kind of tight, taut-looking face, and he is wearing a long coat down to his knees, and he's very skinny and has a white shirt under it. And he steps forward and he adjusts his gloves. He says, I'm Lawrence Harker. It's very pleased to meet you, he says. He reaches out.
Well, I've met you before. It's nice to see you again.
We have met. Forgive me. Where
That's
was
all right.
that again?
The Tremere Ball.
Of course, how could I possibly have forgotten? He takes your hand and bows and kisses it like a sycophant. And this is Mr. Benson, Mr. William Westcott, and Our Lady Evelyn Underhill. And Evelyn is like wearing a actual veil over her face.
Nice to meet you all.
She dips gently. And how is everyone then? Mr. Blackwood, Lawrence Harker says.
Oh, well, we're having a lot of fun tonight, aren't we?
Oh, we are having so much fun.
Philippe's been drawing, and
Yes.
Sam has been mingling with people. It's been a lot of fun.
Electra, she's like, perhaps you would like to join the party all. And Lawrence looks physically pained for a moment. Forgive me if I watch. Electra says, well, you know, there is a kind of a policy here that if you wish to stay, you have to participate. I see. Is that the way it must be? And she sort of shrugs it off. I suppose so then, if it must be that way. He begins to tug off his gloves. What are you guys doing?
I mean, if you want surely there's a place where you can go if he wants privacy.
Yes,
There
of
you go.
course there is. We have privacy. Come, let us take you there. And if you wish to be left there, of course. And so perhaps, Sage, you can help me show them the private rooms up the back.
I can do that.
Yes, thank you. And you notice that he seems a little bit put out, actually, being moved away from here.
Oh, come
Okay.
on. If
Do you wanna
he'll
make
allow me, I want to like hold his arm. So I'm
Hold his
being a bit more sociable, a bit more friendly about it.
Okay.
Yeah. I like
Turns and
Lawrence.
smiles at you. Thank you. I do appreciate it. And you go to the private rooms where the Tremere set themselves up. But interestingly enough, they try to set themselves up as close to the door as possible, and then they take turns having cigarette breaks outside the door where they can watch everyone.
What is the plan here? Are you guys just here to watch?
We have some meetings happening.
Okay.
Victor says, and you've been doing well then, Sage. Your album, I hear, is breaking records.
It sure is. It's amazing. Every night I wake up to a note saying I've earned more money than I could ever possibly fathom. It's really
Amazing.
exciting.
Amazing. You must be very excited.
Yes. And a little bit scared. Things around my house, well, I've had to get in security and stuff because I mean there have been people that have sent anthrax to my house, and there's been a lot of paparazzi, and I guess I should have expected this, but
Lawrence says, don't worry, my dear. It will all blow over soon enough. If you're unlucky, you will just be forgotten. Sooner or later, things will quieten down.
I don't want
And
to be forgotten.
you will realize that all the money in the world will make no difference.
Oh,
So, Sam, what are you doing?
Did I follow them into the room?
Did you want to follow them in the room?
No, I would have stayed out with Philippe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you and Philippe.
Be looking at his drawings.
I'm listening to Philippe not
What do
saying
you
anything.
think? What do you think?
They're really cool.
I could do better, I suppose. But I am happy. How are you?
I'm good.
Is this your kind of thing?
Not particularly, but whatever.
I don't normally come to these things, but they're important, so I come. I've got some good pictures out of it. I can't complain. So, may I be personal and ask you what you come to the city for?
Yeah, sure. Kind of was passing through being chased by people, but now I seem I've found somewhere that I can lay low for a while.
That is good. That is good. That's good. I hope the people do not find you.
As do I.
Yeah. Well, you sound like an adventurer to me. Is that true?
Yeah, I like getting around.
You stick with me and Sage. We'll show you enough adventure to make you happy for years.
Sounds fun.
So, yeah.
it's true.
Yep.
Sam, okay, so you're hanging out with Philippe, and after a while, do you guys just stay together the whole night, or,
Yeah, might as well. There's a few people I know.
Okay.
And Philippe's going, you see that person over there? That is... And
Sam, can you make a perception alertness check, please?
Zero.
Wow.
Barry took all my good rolls, man. I suppose that's the danger.
Barry, make a perception alertness check.
Watch me get a 0 now.
Now you get 14.
As you give them all to
2.
2 successes. Okay, Philippe, you see, that woman I was talking about wearing the cloth that looked a bit like sacking.
Yep.
Amongst the shadows around the back of the room, and she smiles at you in a very alluring way that kind of, sometimes when you meet someone and you just know they're going to be somehow part of your life. Something about this person it's like destiny. It's almost like love. Like, that those moments when you see someone and you're immediately heart struck or starstruck, or if you've ever an instant crush.
Yeah, I get it. He's not used to feeling this way. It's kind of throwing him out a little bit. But his curiosity is too great.
Okay.
He stands up from what was his name again?
Sam.
Sam. He stands up from Sam. I should know that. Sam.
Yep.
And he says, "Excuse me for a moment." And he moves over very slowly and very carefully.
All right. Well, we'll just repeat that for Sam because now he's back.
Oh, I've got the headphones on.
Oh, you heard all of that?
Yeah,
Okay,
yep.
cool. Okay. So Sam, you let him go?
Yep.
Okay. So Philippe, you go weaving through the tables towards the back of the room, and for a moment the shadows cross you and you lose her. You don't know where she is, and then next minute you turn around and there she's standing in front of you and she's smiling and she is dancing with you.
Can I still see him from where I am?
You can still see him from where you are. Yeah,
Just keep an eye on him.
Yeah, he's dancing with someone, that woman I described earlier. But and the music goes on, and Philippe, you keep dancing.
Yes.
All right. Eventually, there's a break between the music, and she gives you a little curtsy and a smile, and she says, "And what's your name?"
Philippe.
Lady Amisa, a pleasure to meet you. And she bows and does this curtsy.
The pleasure is all mine.
Would you like to come and sit with me?
That would be amenable.
She takes you over to a booth.
Yeah.
Sam, you can still see them. And she sits down and at the booth. She looks very prim and proper, actually.
Yes.
Quite restrained, like she's a little bit uptight.
Okay.
And she says, "So are you from around here?"
Oh no, I am from. She's got him, and he's kind of losing his. I am from. I have forgotten where I am from.
You sound like you might be Italian.
Oh yes, definitely. I come from Italy. I'm sorry. I am finding
Are you the artist Philippe Gratiano?
I am that one, yes.
I've heard of you. I'm told that you've painted pictures, prophetic pictures.
Yes, perhaps. Now that makes him a little bit cautious now.
Do you still have those pictures?
I'm afraid not.
Oh, that is a pity. I would have liked to have seen them. I'm told they're heartbreakingly beautiful.
They are.
If you may so say yourself.
Yes, even if I may say so myself.
She reaches up and puts a hand on your cheek gently.
Okay.
I sense so much pain in you.
You do?
So sensitive, so much sensitivity. You feel everything, don't you?
We have just met. I find it difficult to speak of such things.
Would you like to go somewhere with me?
Now that's kind of making me more cautious. Could we, without meaning any,
What's your willpower, Philippe?
my willpower? I don't know. What's my willpower?
Willpower is 7.
Okay. She just hit you with an ore.
Yeah.
With 2 9s that beat your 7 willpower.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
She uses it to make her eyes sparkle most alluringly, and her lips and tongue are wet.
Mm-hmm. Okay. He stands up.
She leads you out the back. And you leave with this lady.
Okay.
Sam, you see them go.
Okay.
Sam, you're on mute.
Shrug and wait for Sage to come out.
Okay.
It'll obviously, he just wasn't under duress or anything, so.
All right. So Philippe has left. Very good. Sage,
For him.
What were you doing, Sage?
I was hanging out with the Tremere, although
Right.
really I just want to hang out with Victor because I'm a little bit awkward around these people.
After a certain amount of small talk passes, they do split off, and they do go and talk to other members of the vampire community who are hanging out at the party in different rooms and such. And so you do get some time with Victor alone if you desire. And he's presently standing, and he goes down into a crouch, holding his cane out in front of him, and he sits there for a long moment, his long trench coat on the floor behind him.
Are you okay?
Oh, yes, forgive me. Often thought.
That's all right. Should I leave you to it?
No, stay if you wish. What do you want, Sage Blackwood?
What do I want?
What do you want out of life, on death?
Oh,
the
that's a
rest
good
of
question.
time?
I guess I just want to experience a lot of fun things and to know a lot of interesting things
I see.
and to search mysteries.
What if the mysteries that you searched discovered were not as fun as you thought they were? What if they were, in fact, terrible and horror?
What are you referring to?
Oh, this world of darkness that we live in. This place, this filthy city. These vampires, all this blood.
Do you hate your existence?
Oh, forgive me, I seem to have fallen into a maudlin spell. Maudlin spell. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right. So is this your opinion though?
Today it is, perhaps tomorrow it will be different.
Well,
I tire of certain individuals.
Individuals?
Yes.
Like other Tremere?
He looks at you, he says, I would never say such a thing in
Of course not.
mortal existence.
No.
Would you
But
like to
yes.
talk outside, perhaps?
Let's go. I also need to keep an eye on Alan, though. I don't know what he's up to, but I think he's probably talking his ear off to that girl again about me.
I don't know who Alan is or the girl, but I can conject.
All right, let's go.
Very well. And so you go wandering around. You find another balcony that opens out. This is a small balcony with a big concrete table on it, surrounded with shutters that open out to the world, and shutters that shut the building out from the inside also. And so passing through these shutters, opening them, they're folding shutters, you end up in this room, somewhat alone with Victor. There's lighting coming from above. Sam, what are you doing now that you're back at the party and are you
No.
I guess
Sam.
I'll wait a while, and if she doesn't come back out, I'm just going to disappear and go see what mischief I can get up to.
all right? You can get up to quite a lot of mischief at this
Yeah.
party. There's mischief to be had of numerous varieties. Make a list, roll a d10. I don't know.
Hang out with Tatiana.
Yeah, you can hang out with Tatiana. She'll
Get like a avocado shove up your butt.
if you're
She-
lucky. On a good
Might be a
day,
pineapple.
it might be a grenade. She'll take the fuse out of it first. Don't worry.
Don't worry.
Fine, and make sure it's lubricated.
That's
Anyway.
kind.
Yeah.
Those-
With your blood.
Blah.
Right. Okay, so you hang out at the party and you get up to some trouble. Yes, indeed. Very well. Trouble is had. In that respect, I should say then that you will come across a number of other troublesome individuals from various clans. You learn that there is a Malkavian at this party named Justine Strathholm. And at one point or another, she, let's just say she has you. She is the clan Primogen counselor for Clan Malkavian. And it is an experience that you will not forget because she was in your mind the whole time. So it's been interesting. And curiously enough, you know, what you've been learning from Uther is she's most interested in that.
The protein.
Well, she's interested in the protein, but most interested that you are learning from Uther and what you are learning from Uther, because she knows who Uther is and she knows what Uther has done. So it's interesting to her that Uther is now teaching what he has stolen to others, or at least talking about it. So there's that. Who else do you meet at this party? You meet a Toreador named Fontaine. And you meet a Ventru named Thomas Comoys, who you get the impression is a bit fancy and a bit old, and is one of the elders of the city. Okay. Anyway, Barry, Fleet
Yes.
Gratiano, you go outside and you get into a beautiful big car. It's a big luxury vehicle, and you get inside and there's furs and throws and rugs around on the inside, and a number of young, beautiful men and women in, you know, lesser states of undress, drinking and doing hard drugs. In the back of this stretched vehicle, this thing, and you guys drive off. And she sits there with you smiling, and she says, so how long have you been a vampire?
And he tells her, because I don't know how long Philip's been a vampire.
20 years, I think.
Yeah, 20 years, 20 years.
All right. Interesting. Toreador then?
Yes.
Given what I know about you and your art,
Yes.
who's your sire?
My sire is, isn't it Annabelle?
No, Sophia.
Sophia. My sire is Sophia.
I do not know Sophia. Is she a member of the London community?
No, not the London community.
I see. And what are you doing in London then?
I have an art gallery, and I am interested in the art that is all around London.
I see. Tell me about your friends. Do you like them? Sage? The others? Shipman?
How do you know about Shipman?
Oh, I thought it was common knowledge that you had been involved together, working together with Lady Tatiana on a number of security issues around the recent crises that have occurred here. Did you not go to Twickenham together to rescue some toreadors? I heard that was a disaster.
You are well informed, my lady.
I like to stay informed, yes.
And we have been to many places, many people.
I see.
Mm.
She all the while has basically tried to seduce you, by the way, just for your information. And depending on how much you resist or not, she will.
Okay, he's not resisting, but now he's a bit more, what's the word? Weary of her.
Right.
More weary of her now.
Okay. She puts a hand on your knee or puts your knee on your hand on her knee, not your knee on her hand, because that would be weird. And yeah, she starts getting on with you. And Philippe, can you make a Wits and Alertness check, please, Garth? For Philippe.
Now, this is where I'll get the one when I need it the most, you watch. When I need the big one the most.
Stop cursing yourself.
So you take all my good rolls, you got 2.
Yeah, you're
2
fine.
successes. Okay. She, just as she goes to pierce your skin with her fangs, you see a flicker of yellow in her pupils as she blinks.
I
And
do
then
not.
you are boop, ecstasy of the kiss. And
Roll a
you
new
are-
character.
Yeah, roll a new character. Bye. No. You get a few blood points down, but you remember you're awed.
Yeah.
And she continues with you, and she does all sorts of things with and to you. She will try and feed you her blood, and offer it to you gently, as if she was your lover.
Yeah.
And she will use great persuasion to do this. How much do you resist?
I don't.
You don't.
I don't.
You don't resist. Excellent. Then you consider yourself 1 point blood bound to Lady Amisa.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Okay.
She is smooth.
And she tells you that she wants you, and she also wants you to come back. And she will see you tomorrow night. And if you would just meet with her she tells you where there's this clock tower.
Okay.
It's an old nunnery, not far out of central London, that was been restored. recently
Okay.
by the St. John's charity fund, which apparently she has some sort of control of.
Okay. Okay.
And before you know it, you're feeling absolutely exhausted, and you're blooded up and high as a kite. Where do you want to be dropped off? Where does she leave you?
Okay. She can leave me at I know a street
Yeah.
that I know I can walk home to, but I'm not going to take it to my home.
All right. So you take a street close to where Philippe's staying. Okay.
Yep.
All right. And when you get out of the car, your phone starts getting a bunch of messages. Beep 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 beep
Yeah.
beep.
Look at them. Look at them.
And a lot of them are from John saying, "Where are you? I can't follow you. We've lost you. What's going on? Are you okay?"
I seen that I'm okay and what street I'm in, and I also send to the order her name. I tell them the whole story, the whole.
Well, before you do that,
Yeah.
can you make a? Let's see. It's going to be a check of some description, Philippe, to see whether or not you can overcome the secret dominate and mind control that has been placed upon you, or whether the previous framework produced and provided by the Order of Mars will win out. We shall find out next time on the. No. Your check is going to be, straight up willpower check. It's quite a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dice. 7 dice. 7 dice for willpower. If you don't mind, Garth, hold the line. I'll be right back in a second.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, you got. You got.
4 successes.
Dang. What was this for?
I'm a willpower check.
All right.
What successes.
So he got ungot probably.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, she still got you in the end in one way or another.
Okay, sorry about that. Have to sort out a heater. So,
4 successes.
4 successes to explode your brain. Was that what you were rolling for?
No, to see if I'm strong enough to
Right.
unexplode my brain and talk to the order.
All right. Yeah, you managed to overcome it, but it's very difficult. Let's say if you want to role play it out that way, it will be hard.
Okay. Okay.
So you've been dropped off, and John and some of the other, actually just John comes running out in the rain with an umbrella, grabs you by the arm, and starts walking you back to the house under the umbrella, looking around.
Okay, I text to the order because that's my
right, when
first.
You get into once you get into the building.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I text them what has happened, who she was.
Okay.
And I was.
Who's the order, by the way? Who in the order are you texting?
I would text.
I mean, you could text your friends first.
No, because it feels important. It feels important.
What happened that feels so important? The thing is, bear in mind, out of game, I know that you know things about this NPC that you don't know, that your character doesn't know. So
no, why it feels important.
You have to try extra hard not to metagame.
He felt uncomfortable, but then he suddenly felt comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
way too comfortable, and he knows he's given up some of his blood
Right.
to somebody else, even though he's taken some.
Right.
Okay. And he knows that's been drilled in him by the order
Right.
not to give away blood. And he
Right.
couldn't resist it. He couldn't fight it, even
Well,
if he wanted to.
You've convinced me that you do need
Yeah.
to speak to the order. And then my next question is, who in the order will you approach with this information?
Although he hates it, Lord Gustav.
Gustav, not Uther?
Or
Oh,
Pantheus?
Uther is the closest, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he'll get in touch with Uther.
Okay. Very
Yeah.
good. Well, then Benjamin will answer a phone and make an appointment for you to see him at the end of the evening, if you will.
Hmm.
Okay?
Now, hang on. I've got blood of hers in me. How long does it stay there?
It immediately becomes part of your blood.
Okay. So, Uther could take a sample.
He could take a sample and he might be able to get something out of it, but
Yeah.
it might be very difficult because you've only had one.
Well, I better go. I tell John to take me to this address as
All right.
soon as possible.
John drives you to Uther's estate.
Yeah.
Very good. You're on your way there.
Yeah.
Sage Blackwood.
Mhm.
What are you doing
I was talking with Victor on the balcony.
on the balcony? Okay. So Victor is sitting there tapping his cane. So yes, what do you think of all of this vampire life business?
I've learned to deal with it. I've learned to appreciate what it has to offer. I've even discovered that there are things that scary about it, but I've learned to cope with those things with the help of others.
That's very touching.
It's a hard thing to answer.
But you did so
about-
admirably.
Thank you. What about
With
you?
such conviction too. How about me? Well, I'm a little over 120 years old, and I've lived in London for most of my life. Unlife, whatever you wish to call it. I have seen this city since it was mud and muck, and smoke and fire and coal. Now it runs on electricity. It's cleaner, I'll say that. It's beautiful too, and much bigger. But it's so quick and so fast, everything moves so quickly now. I do yearn for those older times, slower times, thoughtful times. Plodding, perhaps, but thoughtful. Now, rush, rush, rush. Electronic music, dance, dance, dance. Bang, 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 thump, thump, thump. You're a musician. What sort of music do you make?
I try and make music depending on the tone of the song and tone of the lyrics. So if it's one where I'm putting my heart and soul into it, it has a deep meaning, I will put maybe I don't know, some orchestral music with it.
Have you considered collaborating on a hypersigil?
You want to work magic with me?
Perhaps, if you can do what I need.
Wait, what do you think I could do?
Well, you would be making music primarily, and perhaps music videos. I've studied the film medium for a little while now. I was very familiar with Sergei Eisenstein in the 20s. He was a Russian, very good at what he did. Montage, Soviet montage. And of course, all of the greats. I am well aware that cinema has the capacity for subliminal messaging frame edits, that sort of thing. Split frames, very short cuts that slip past the conscious mind directly into the subconscious. If you were to put sigils in there burned with blood, well, who knows what sort of advertising messages could be slipped into the human consciousness, or anybody else for that matter.
It's really interesting. An interesting use of sigils, in my opinion. However,
Don't you want to know if it works?
I don't have a doubt in the world that that would work, but I don't
You could use it for
know
good.
if
It doesn't have to be for evil.
is there really any good way of using that?
Well, we could
You're
use
going-
it to keep the population calm and well behaved, for example.
You're tampering with people's wills.
Tampering with their wills. Now there is an interesting question. Do you believe in free will?
I'm not walking into this one. I've had many talks with Uther on this. And it
Did you
would
say
take
that?
all night.
Did you say that out loud? Did you mention Uther's name to the Tremere out loud?
Oh, to him, he already knows.
Okay.
Yeah, I've already talked to him about Uther being
Mm-hmm.
her sire. So,
Dun dun dun.
yeah.
All right.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm getting a little heated. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. I've had a lot of drugs tonight. A lot.
He looks up at you and he says,
Oh.
"So have I."
Really?
Yes, and I
Like-
have more. Many more. You know what I was thinking, in fact, I have an idea. Do you like flying?
Are you going to levitate me?
No. I happen to
Sorry.
have a retainer that owns a small tiger moth biplane. It's out on a field south of here. And I was thinking of flying, and I thought perhaps we could fly across the channel and back again and smoke copious amounts of drugs while we did so. Well, we couldn't. We'd have to take someone with us who could do the job for us, but nonetheless, the same effect can be had.
I do like fun. So, okay, why not? Would that be tonight or tomorrow or?
I think another night would be best. It might be
I think
a little
so too.
late. Might be a little late. By the way, you wouldn't happen to know anywhere one can park a plane a little closer to town, do you?
I do.
Oh, well, that might be useful.
We'd have to ask for permission. It's not really mine or anything.
I see. And what is it exactly?
It's just it's a landing strip.
A
Thing.
landing strip.
Hmm.
I see. Well, if you happen to know someone that owns a landing strip, well, aren't you in high places, eh? Who do you know?
I am now.
Seems you are. How
I've
did you
done a
get to
lot of
know?
work for people, so I've learnt to know people that are in the know.
I'm very curious about one thing. How is it, why is it that our dear mutual friend Electra seems to like you so much?
Because I make her lots of money. And also she thinks I'm good quality.
I don't want to be rude or offensive. Please don't take this the wrong way. But Electra has access to the greatest talents in the world, and she has chosen you. Are you truly that good, or is there some other motivation?
Have you not listened to my music?
I must admit I don't have the devices to play your music.
That's all right. That's fine.
You believe it speaks for itself?
I don't know. Everyone seems to like it. And I have a lot of fun on stage. And I don't know. What do you think what do you suppose is her true motive?
I suppose that her true motive is to annoy some of the Toreador harpies in the council.
Oh, you mean use me because I'm a gangrel?
Correct.
that is doing a great job of singing and performing.
She's using you to show up her clanmates,
Well,
and most insultingly by choosing you. It does not diminish your talent.
I would rather not see it that way.
No.
I
Good.
should probably see it from the perspective of someone that's having fun,
And has an
getting her music out
opportunity.
there, and
You have an
exactly.
excellent opportunity that you have fallen into, and if there are political reasons for it, well, so be it.
Everyone has their own reasons for things, especially when it comes to vampires.
Yes.
Um,
You should take this opportunity to do your best with it and perhaps change the world.
as interesting as your idea for the sigils is, I'm not going to do it.
Pity.
I know, part of me is very curious because like it should work, but I don't really want to. It goes against my
Ethics.
feelings. Yeah.
I see.
Exactly.
I understand. Well then, good luck, I suppose, with all things.
Well, let me know when you get incredibly bored and we'll go do something fun. I love driving, so
Driving. Oh, I like driving too, but driving has changed a little bit since I drove a buggy.
Oh, that's right. You prefer things a bit slower, right?
Well, I suppose I could get used to things, perhaps if I had someone to show me the ropes.
I could try.
I will learn quickly. I'm just reticent to try.
All right. I should probably get going. I've really got to make sure Alan is all right. I imagine he's going to get attacked by someone. Anyway,
Right.
it was really lovely chatting.
And you.
Good night.
Enjoy yourself.
Oh, well, I might see you later. I don't know. I'll skip off and look for Alan.
Skippity skip off.
Yeah.
Through the party, skip. I'm not imagining Sage skipping.
Hello, Sam.
Hello, Sam. Hello.
Pick it up. Hello.
Hi.
What are we up to?
Are you not entertained?
Not particularly my thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's literally everything here. You can go swimming. You could play pool. I think there's a pool table around. Go make friends. I know there's not a lot of
friends.
I know there's not a lot of gangrel here. Yeah, go make friends. I gotta go find Alan.
You're a gangrel, aren't you? Says Alan as he turns
Oh,
up.
there you are.
I heard that last bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, Cindy doesn't really like me. I don't know what to do about that.
It might be because you kept mentioning me.
Oh, come on. You know.
And then we
Yeah,
made
they
out with
don't
each
like
other.
Right. I suppose that makes sense, doesn't it?
Hmm.
She was listening so kindly, you know, and she rolled me like 4 cigarettes.
She was really pretty.
Yeah.
You really fucked up.
Yeah.
But
Oh well. I guess I'll go home and have a wank then.
Right. Okay.
What do you say to that?
Yeah.
Good
for you.
Can I drive you?
Well, I don't know. Maybe we can. Do you want to just sit and watch the sky or something? I know it's raining, but
Yeah, sure.
we could dance underneath the in the rain. We can dance in the rain.
Dance in the rain.
Yes, let's go. I take him by the hand. Still high.
All right.
Listening
So
to the
you take him
music.
by the hand and you go dancing in the rain with Alan. Alan's dancing in the rain dice. Fuck. Alan rolled 2 10s for dancing in the rain.
Oh, I just got one.
1 success or 1 1?
One success.
1 success. Okay.
I'm pretty high, so
You're pretty high.
and
Okay.
I'm not really trying to impress anyone.
Right. I guess Alan's on different drugs to you because he's really high too, but he got 2 10s.
Yeah.
So he holds you up. And so you dance in the rain outside in the garden, in the manicured garden by
Yeah.
the rosebuds. Yeah. Philippe.
Yes,
So after everything, you've sent a message, have you?
I've
To
seen.
Uther? You're on your way to Uther's. That's
Yeah,
right.
I'm on my way to this. Yeah.
Okay. So you get to Uther's place. And you drive up, and Benjamin opens the door, and are you all right?
Benjamin, I need your help. I need to find Uther almost immediately, if not now.
I'll take you to him now, sir.
Thank you.
Takes you into the library. Master, Lord Gratiano is here to see you, sir. Bangs on the door. Master, Gratiano is here to see you, sir. Immediately. And Uther comes out from his private studies. Gratiano, you need
Here.
my assistance.
There was this, excuse me, my lord, but there was this woman named Lady Mesa. I find that so hard to say. Lady Mesa, and unfortunately something happened and she got some of my blood.
How did she obtain your blood?
I was at a party and she just seemed to have some kind of something about her that I could not resist at all.
Did she make eye contact with you, Gratiano?
Yes, my lord, many times.
And you did not seek to avoid eye contact with this elder?
I found I could not.
Perhaps you were under the influence of her presence then.
Elder? What do you mean?
Clearly
elder?
an elder.
I
If she
bet
was able to obtain you,
yes. And I was able to obtain hers. I know that does not help, but
what do you mean? Her vitae would be of great use to us now. Where
yes,
is it?
it is inside me.
Oh. Then it is of little help to us, yes, sadly. Too late. Press the button.
I'm sure I might have some of it on my clothes.
On your clothes.
Yes.
Do you think one like her would be prepared to spill her blood on your clothes?
Well, there was a lot going on. You never know.
Perhaps. Very well. Strip off. Put your clothes there.
He does.
Stand by the fireplace.
He does.
Uther says, Benjamin. Benjamin comes around. He says, extract what of the vitae you can from these clothes, and then bring it to me in a vial before dawn. Benjamin nods and takes the clothes away. Oh, Benjamin, stop. Comes back. Get Philippe Gratiano some clothes. And you stand there naked in the room with the wind blustering through the hole in the roof where the bomb site is for 5 minutes while Benjamin goes and fetches you some clothes. And he comes back, gives you the clothes, and then he starts working on getting the blood out of the stain, or any blood out of any stains. And that's what they do for a couple of hours.
Okay.
Samwise Ganges.
Hello. I get bored and leave.
All right, where are you going to go?
Try and find my way back to Uther's
Okay.
with
All
very
right, so-
little money, so maybe pinch a push bike or something.
Right. Uther's is a little bit further than push bike distance. So, maybe you pinch a ride on a bus.
Yeah.
Or, something like that.
Yep.
A bit of public transport and a bit of walking, and you get there. You're not unused to these things. And when you get into the library, you come up the stairs to the library, and Philippe is standing in the library naked. just standing there waiting for something with no clothes on. Philippe,
Oh.
Sam just walks in on you while you're waiting for Benjamin to bring you clothes.
It's a bit different than last I saw you.
I am having one of those nights, you know. Excuse me, I'll get something to. He goes and he even looks at a curtain in hopes that he can wrap himself around
I wouldn't
it.
worry about it. I don't particularly care. Who was that woman that you went off with?
Trouble. Total trouble. I think. I hope not, but I think. Maybe. Could be. Oh God, I hate being me sometimes.
Benjamin comes in with an armful of clothes and puts them on the sofa. He says, "Here you go. And also, I found this in your jacket." And he hands you a business card. So it's a gold business card, and it says, the Sekhmet Club.
Sekhmet Club. I touch it.
It feels like a card. Oh, you touch it.
Yes, I touch it in a special, loving way.
You touch it in a special, loving way. Would you like to show us on the card where you touch the card?
I figure out that most people, I grab it where I think I touch it where I think it would be grabbed by the fingers. Or
Right. So you rub your fingers along the embossed lettering of the card. It's gold and silver embossed writing. And you're going to make a perception and empathy check, I think. Does that sound right, Sage, for a spirits touch check? I mean, I can look it up. Here we go. What did you get for that
Perception,
check?
empathy. Sorry.
Perception, empathy. It is perception and empathy. Fuck.
5 successes.
5 successes, Barry, off the card.
Barry, again, it's all these.
Barry stealing all of Garth's good rolls. That sucks. Okay. So you tell me when you're ready to hear about it, Barry.
Yep.
Okay. So 5 successes off the card.
Yep.
It is a business card for an establishment that exists somewhere in mid-city London. Behind a theatre. In the West End area, the theatre block, where there's people like Tom Hiddleston are doing plays of Titus Andronicus and shit like that. And it's a very high class escort agency that has a out service and an in service. You can tell from the impressions on the card, you get images of the location itself, and it's built to be like an Egyptian palace. It's got this very Egyptian theme running through it. Lots of gold and all the tropes that you would get from an Egyptian themed type escort agency.
Okay.
And yeah, that's this lady Amisa. She seems to be based there somehow. And you know that there are secret doors in that building. There are secrets, deep, dark secrets in this place.
Okay.
People come in and don't leave.
Okay. All right.
I would say, that's the only other thing that you get is there's a permeating, because it's Egyptian, there's a sort of permeating snake motif everywhere.
Okay. Cool. I will be back in a minute, guys.
All right, thank you. And I will. Excellent. He's good. Okay, so Sage.
Yep.
Sage Blackwood.
Dancing in the rain with Alan.
Dancing in the rain with Alan. All right. Very good. Okay. that continues for a while until Alan tries to kiss you.
I will allow him.
All right, and
I will kiss him back.
very good. And so you guys run off and get busy somewhere. I'm going to assume probably eventually.
Well, at first I'll like take off his jacket there, and
Okay.
then we'll
In the
probably
rain.
figure out. Okay, this is probably a bad idea to do it here in front of everyone who's looking, because I've ordered like 18
You
other
gotta go
people.
around the building a little bit on the outside because you're out in the garden.
Mm.
There are trees and things and
But if there's no one there,
shadowy spots to. Yeah.
if there's no one there, we'll take advantage of the beautiful garden.
Surroundings, very well. You do
Yeah.
take advantage of the beautiful surroundings, and the very well trimmed garden.
It's very well trimmed.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Stop. Yeah. Russell Kirkby, Dungeon Pimp.
Yeah, so that's what they do.
That's what they do. Okay, cool.
How
Very
much
good.
blood should I use?
How much blood would you like to use? Garth, tell me when you're ready for whatever's going on with Sam. Get me out of here.
Yeah, man. Yeah, cool. Go see my dog and play at some music on my fiddle.
Right. Okay. On your
Yeah.
fiddle. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Very good. Benjamin comes and listens to your fiddle. He asks you if you speak Romani.
No, I speak. Where is it? I think it was Gaelic and English.
Okay. Very well. I mean, Benjamin's has a passing interest in Gaelic, and he knows a few words. So you guys spend some time, perhaps, talking about that. Even. Yes. All right. So, Sage, what's your end game here? What's going on?
Oh, okay. Well, once they're done,
Yeah.
we'll hop back in their wet clothes.
Right. So Sage and Alan come in soaking wet clothes.
Yeah.
with grass stains and such.
Yeah. But they're probably laughing about it.
Yeah. No doubt.
It's too
No doubt.
ridiculous.
And at this point, there's a couple of waiters come running out and ask if they can help switch him into a different suit, a clean suit. They've got like pressed clothes and things.
Oh, yes. Off you go, Alan.
So he does that, and he's like, I could have just done that when I got here. I could have just wore one of their fucking clothes. I didn't need to bring my own jacket, did I? I could just they have them sitting there. So
It's all right. It's fine.
all right. So after a while, he comes back into the party with.
What about
you.
me?
They don't have pressed dry clothes for women so much.
Ah.
You ladies wear like too many complicated things that just doesn't work.
That's right. I'll just stand there.
Stand there sopping.
Sopping
Electra
wet.
comes down to you and she says, "Darling, what has happened to you?"
Sorry. We're dancing in the rain.
I see. Well, you're dripping all over the carpet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
If you knew how much that carpet was worth, you would think about it twice. Come with me, darling. And she
All
takes
right,
you.
let's go.
We're going to change this immediately.
Thank you.
And she takes you upstairs, and I mean, she's a Toreador. She likes you. She's going to try and seduce you too.
Oh.
896.
896.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like, is she owing me?
Yep.
Right. What do I roll?
Well, I guess you can.
Do I roll?
What's your willpower?
9.
Okay. Well, there was a 9, so that's one success. I think you can choose whether or not you want to allow her to awe you.
Oh, thank you. I really, really do like you. I'm kind of with the gentleman downstairs.
She says, "I understand." Very well. And
I really like him.
She calls in some of her servants, and they bring out a nice dress to replace the one that you had, or
Thank you.
whatever you were wearing. I don't know if it was a dress, but
It was a dress, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, and you are returned to the party shortly thereafter with a new outfit on.
How do I look, Alan? Look, it's so swishy.
What the hell happened to you?
What?
Yeah, you've entirely different. Like, I guess, yeah. I mean, what do you think? New jacket?
You look perfectly adequate.
Adequate. Thank you. So I've always wanted for my life to become adequate.
Well, you achieved it, that's for sure.
You make my dad proud. My poor dad.
Hmm.
Hey,
She'll just like cuddle up to him.
right. I guess why don't we piss off? Do we need to stay here any longer?
No, let's go.
These people are insufferable.
Yeah, the amount of times I've been hit on tonight, it's insane.
Yeah, I know. Me too, he says.
All right, I'll leave him with that. I pretend like I trust him.
Right.
Why don't we go to Uther's? Just spontaneously.
Spontaneously,
Can
everyone
really
goes
do
to...
with some can really do with some teaching.
Right. So you go to Uther's.
Come on, let's go.
All right. So everybody's at Uther's. And
Yeah.
by this time, Philippe's got pants on. This is the second time in this one game Philippe's had no pants on. That's bizarre. Or is the DM objectifying Philippe?
Oh yeah.
Could be that.
I think the person who was most objectified tonight was Sam.
How was Sam objectified?
I was just lying. I guess he seemed to be like an object at the party.
Right. He was
Like a
objectifying
vase or something.
objectifying himself.
Yeah. That's okay.
What is
it's
Barry up
fine.
to? I guess Kathy's
Yeah.
stuff.
But yeah, we go to Uther's
Yeah.
spontaneously, not expecting to see anyone else there.
Right. And when you get there, you find, well, dunk, 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 Benjamin opens the door. Well, well, well.
Hey.
We have more guests.
Come here. I
Give
give
you
him
a
a
hug.
hug.
Do come in. Do come in.
Thank you. I'm sorry, I'm a bit wet.
You would have noticed Philippe's here. His car's parked over there.
Oh,
And we have another guest, Sam. You know Sam.
yes. What is everyone doing here?
Hello,
I
I live here.
They walk in.
All right.
And you go upstairs, and Philippe's straightening his collar with a new set of clothes on.
Hello, Philippe.
Philippe, the
Can't hear you.
jacket doesn't really fit you very well, and the pants are a little bit the wrong length. But
Why do you look like Benjamin?
Because these, I think, are Benjamins.
They look like his.
and
Yes.
oddly enough, Philippe, you notice that what she's wearing is not really her style either.
A different color than what I'm normally wearing, probably like a cream or something.
Right, pastel.
And
Pastel.
no offense, but that is not your color.
Everything's my color, Philippe.
You keep telling yourself that, and yes,
Cool story.
That's
you
so-
keep telling me
That
yourself
hurts me
that.
so much, Philippe. Anyway, I'm holding like Alan's hand the entire time. So
Okay, all right.
people kind of already figure it out.
And he stands with you and kind of,
Alan,
yeah.
Alan,
What?
John is in the kitchen if you want to hang, you know what I mean?
Oh, that's a subtle hint for me to fuck off. Right, all right.
No, that was not a subtle
Thanks
hint
for
for you.
steps down the stairs. No,
Oh,
I get it.
bye.
I get it. You want to
That-
hang out with
that-
Sage. I understand.
That was not a subtle hint, Sage.
Everyone wants to hang out with Sage.
Philippe,
I
no.
understand.
I just thought it was nice, you know,
Just
to
chopped liver. I understand. Go hang out with the ghouls.
Bye, Alan.
John is new. John,
But don't hang out with the vampires. Go and hang out with the ghouls. Okay.
I suck. I have decided I suck.
The door shuts.
So what happened?
Oh no,
Why?
I am not going to tell you, but Uther will tell you.
Oh. Okay. Well, where is the man of the hour?
Needless to say, too much drugs and
Uther
Too much.
comes.
Never enough drugs.
Uther comes out of his study, and he has a handful of clothes and he throws them back in your direction. He says, "You'll want Benjamin to clean those, I expect."
Thank you.
What on earth happened?
I did not find any traces, Gratiano, of any bloods. of any
But I
sort.
got something from this card.
Oh, what is that?
She runs an escort agency, somewhat high class, very Egyptian. She has secret rooms. People go in, but they do not come out.
Interesting. And you got all of this yourself?
From this card, yes.
Very curious.
So, my lord, am I in big trouble?
Why would you be in trouble, Gratiano? You are the victim here.
I lost something important, though.
Indeed, indeed. But you were the subject of a surgical strike. Missa knew what she was doing when she hit you. You will forgive me, but she struck the weakest link.
Sorry, that came out of nowhere. So you got to prepare me when you say things like that.
He looks over at you. You would have been second.
Oh, come on.
I laugh. No.
Well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad, right?
I'm glad you will find my stupidity so amusing.
Now, Gratiano, before you forget, I need you to take yourself back to the place where you met her. In your mind.
Yes.
Sit down.
Okay.
He sits opposite you.
Yes.
Remember, what did she say to you?
It is not difficult because he has an eidetic memory, so he would remember, but Barry wouldn't. How do you remember? Yeah.
So you remember her sucking up to him and basically flattering him a lot, and then getting him to go along with her, and seducing him into coming into the car, and the drugs and the people in the car and what have you. And then you remember her asking you questions about your friends and who they were and who you were and what you guys were up to.
And that's when I got all cautious and didn't tell her a lot. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you believe that she was aware that you had chosen a route of caution?
I think so. She did not look stupid. She did not look stupid, but perhaps...
Perhaps in the future you should feed her lies.
I don't want to get near her again. If she can take me that easily, then she can do it again, surely, my lord.
True, but you'll be prepared this time.
Yeah, true.
We will help you.
I know, Sage. If there's one thing I can trust, it's you.
Fools.
But, my lord, I do not think... Hello, Sam's gone.
He's changed his camera's gone and come back.
Okay.
Here we go.
Buttons on the keyboard.
Aha.
My lord, as part of the friendship that I obtained, does Sam know about the order? Does Philippe know?
Sam does not know about the order.
Okay, which is why he's saying as part of the friendship that I am part of.
Yes.
I do not think I am cut out for it at all. Because, well, I bugger up. Let me see. That is bugger up. And he would remember exactly how many bugger ups he'd done. And he counts them. He counts them literally before.
Naming off the fuck ups. Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't actually say what they are because
listing them off.
Sam's right there. There was 1, 2.
All right. And there could be code names for operations and things as well.
Yeah. He'll use that kind of thing.
Hey Sam, maybe you should go and have a chat to Alan and Benjamin. They might need your help with something.
Trying to get rid of me, eh?
No, that's ridiculous. What are you talking about?
Drug and go find Alan and hang out with him.
All right.
There you go. Now you can speak without
As long as you're just not sitting around wanking.
stumbling so much. He did promise that
What
he'd
if
be
they
wanking.
were? That's what they are doing.
It could just be a bit weird.
Leave them
you know.
alone.
You just need to get in touch with yourself, man.
Or touch
yeah.
yourself, whichever one comes first.
Right.
Okay.
Any case, yeah, you find them down in the kitchen. They're watching a horse race on an old black and white television, and they're betting over it. So and Benjamin wins, and he's like, "I told you I'd win," and Alan's all fucking put out about it. He's trying to figure out what the factors were involved in the horse race, and Benjamin's explaining a whole bunch of stuff data that he's been collecting for months on this one particular horse called Merry Legs.
I mean, Alan had 6, so who wins in the end?
That's true, but you don't know what
The horse,
Benjamin's
yeah, the
up
horse.
to. You don't know what Benjamin's up to.
Yeah, I'd have to look in his closet.
Right. So, okay, so that's what you're doing. Meanwhile, upstairs, downstairs, back upstairs. Philippe.
So as I have already stated, I know you can wipe my memory. I can forget all about it, and everybody would be much safer. I am thinking, because this is stuff up number 20.
There's more than 20, Philippe. I don't think you should forget what you've just learnt tonight. That would be silly.
It would be a mistake. You must remember what you've learned. And I believe
I won't be looking anybody in the eye anymore. I tell you that for free.
we need to do some research then on this lady Amisa. I've not heard of her.
From what I was told, I'm pretty sure I was introduced to her as a Toreador tonight by Electra.
You see?
But that is not what she has to be, though.
Why would she not be a Toreador if that's what she was introduced to?
I could claim to be... No, the point I'm trying to make
out of game, that's extraordinarily suspicious.
No, it makes damn sense. No vampire has to be what they say, because some of them don't release their plans or anything like that.
Yeah.
Electra introduced her to us.
It's common sense. Yeah.
But if Electra is a well-known Toreador, and if she introduced her as a Toreador...
Oh, yeah, she's a well-known Toreador.
Well, Electra is a well-known Toreador.
Okay. Well, okay, all right.
I mean, yes, she could be an out-of-game, metagaming, we all know a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But we really, really, really have to play against that.
Mm. Okay.
So that's what I have to say about that.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, you know, I don't know.
I'm a strict fucker sometimes. There you go.
I just don't know.
Well, I think maybe we should have a talk to Electra and see what she knows about her. And go from there.
Excellent idea. I will leave you to it then.
Oh, very good.
Investigate. Find out more about this Amisa.
She wants me to meet her tomorrow.
And if she tries to feed you her blood this time, what will you do?
Are you dominated to go there?
I could be, but I don't know.
Well,
We could override that though, right? With someone else's domination?
yes, but then it will be obvious. And if it is what I believe is happening, then this Amisa is an emissary from some other clan or faction, and she is testing This is when the two contenders step into the ring and they take several feints at one another.
I also remember that Electra said that she was from out of town
Ah,
and she wasn't here for long or something like that. I'm not exactly
interesting.
sure, but
But yet she has established a location.
Yes, I
Interesting.
am sure of that.
Hmm.
I am sure of that. But I do not know what to do. I could meet her, and the others could be watching.
Yes,
I will definitely be watching. You'll have my gun if you need it.
and my axe. Just kidding.
Uther, how?
Uther does not say that.
Two things here. I
Okay.
know this is not very important, but what if she does like me? And this is all for naught.
That's a bit rapey, don't you think?
But
Seems very unlikely, Philippe, that you would be so special that she would choose you. Luther
What
has
if-
a way of putting things that make it sound absolutely devastating to the mortal ego.
another question then, what if she is an elder and she, well, you know the order's aim. How do we
Perhaps
find out what
If she, well, you see, Philippe, if she is a worthy contender, perhaps she is worth inducting into the order. It may be so that if she is worthy of it, if she can infiltrate us as far as she has, which thus far, to be fair, is not very far at all, merely you.
You are just so good for me.
That, or she could be on the other side.
Yes.
I mean, maybe not Sumitsi. She doesn't really have the air of Sumitsi about her. Yeah, you never know.
Sam, aren't you with Alan right now?
I'm being a dick.
Yes.
You're very bad hanging out on the stairs. No, I don't know what you're doing, but yeah, Benjamin's like,
I'm hanging out with the guys downstairs.
Benjamin's like, yes, here's a glass. We're gonna just listen to this. All the ghouls are just like cans to the wall.
Yes. All right.
Yeah, we're going to have to do our research on this woman. I don't know. To me, this is all very suspicious. But there's nothing dastardly about what she did, really. What were the people in the car that you're saying? Like, what was their? Where were they from? Do you know anything about them? What was their purpose?
You don't know whether they were ghouls or mortals. You don't
Mostly
know
sexual.
yeah, pretty much. Sex and
Mostly
drugs.
sexual.
They were there for pleasure.
And drugs.
They were a food source.
The one time I try to loosen up, and what happens? All right,
Interesting.
Chris,
Well, do not forget, Gratiano, there is still a vague, although highly unlikely, less likely than the Big Bang, but nonetheless, there is a possibility that she does in fact like you. And this is all very sincere.
I think I will
was
go
savage.
home now. I'm going to go home now because this is not good for me, I don't think.
The ego. Precious ego.
If I had an ego, it is not here now. It is gone.
It's
It is
super
finished.
tiny.
It is crushed. It is.
Good night, Gratiano.
Good night, my lord.
Come back, seek me out when you have worthy information.
Do you want to ring Electra? Or should I?
You have the closest relationship with her.
Okay, I'll do it.
Yeah. Okay. I'll leave you with that. I'll take what's left of my ego now and leave you with a good evening.
Okay.
And he gives you a hug, because he's a poor little broken soul at this moment.
Okay. Thank you.
And he kind of
And,
really,
do not forget, you are worth everything. You are beautiful, wonderful. And he walks out. He walks out, and you hear him yelling out, John, we're going.
all right. And you hear John, and they go and get in the car and leave. And Uther looks at
Wow.
you, Sage. And you're about to make a phone call, are you?
I am.
All
I
right.
am.
Uther stands there and listens in.
Oh, you want to be a part of this?
He just stays there.
All right.
I'll listen. I'm
Okay.
curious about this one.
I call up Electra. Yeah.
Hello, this is Electra. Is that Sage?
This is Sage. How are you? Oh,
I'm
how
well.
is everything? It
Well, we're going to have to spend the next 2 days cleaning up the mess, but nonetheless.
was a lot of fun.
Yes.
Anyway, I look at Uther.
Can I help? Is there something wrong? Did you not
Uh,
receive the latest payment?
I think that's all tied up fine.
Oh,
It's
good.
just my friend Philippe had a bit of a run-in with a lady, Amisa.
Lady Amisa?
Yeah, yeah.
Really? What do you mean by run-in?
Oh, they got quite intimate.
Well,
I know it's a
that's-
party, and that's fine.
That's gossip.
Don't go telling everyone. I know you're going to, but don't.
Well,
anyway,
what's the problem?
the problem being, we need to know more about her. If that's all right. Like, do you know anything about her?
Why are you so protective about this Philippe Gratiano? Do you like him?
I do.
Oh my.
Not in that way.
Oh, not in that way. I
No.
see. Oh,
We're quite close as friends, so I do like him.
I see.
But I find him to be incredibly dense, and the conversation would be so boring.
Sort of. Lucky he's not there now. Oh my God, he'd be bawling.
God,
Poor Philippe.
this is great.
Sorry.
You're so mean. So I thought I was mean. So okay, so Philippe and this Amisa, they got hot and heavy. Is that what happened? And now you're concerned for your friend because you don't know anything about her. She's just a toreador traveling through. She's on her way to Amsterdam, I think.
Amsterdam.
Hmm.
Right. Okay. Does anyone else, do any of the other Toreador know her?
I believe so. Out of game. Just give me a second to
Okay.
pull up a list. There's not my list. This is my list. Well, yes, several other Toreadors know her. Ariel, Jade, Vega. Yeah, some
Has
of the others.
has she ever tried to seduce other people?
Well, she has her will to have whatever relations she wants with whomever. I mean, we're Toreadors, darling. I know
Of
that
course.
you're perhaps not au fait with our little club, but you're welcome to be if you want to.
Oh, thank you. That's kind. It's more like, I guess her advances were kind of aggressive, and yeah. So I'm wondering if it's ever happened to other people before, because I'd like to hear from them. Basically, she's being a little bit suspicious or shifty.
What exactly do you mean by this, though? Like, what did she do?
Overuse her disciplines.
Oh, that is a little bit rude, isn't it? So Philippe feels a little bit exploited, perhaps.
Well, there's more to it. It was like, well, from what he says, he was sort of forced to share a bit of himself, and she also shared herself without really getting his opinion or anything. So
Things have often been like that in the past. These ideas of consent are very modern terms. If she is, I think she is an older vampire, she may feel that she is entitled to her power.
Right.
And not to say that she is, only to say that for the likes of you and me, it might be difficult for us to prove otherwise.
Has she taken people like this before? She wants to
I've never
see him
heard of
again.
anything like this. I've never heard of anything like this. I mean, she's only been here for a few weeks, and she came here from, I believe it was Morocco last.
Okay, from Morocco, right? I looked at her being like, what should I say?
Gives you the sign of silence.
Okay. Right. I guess that's kind of all I really need to know.
Right. Well, I hope that's of some help. I mean, I had no idea she was any kind of deviant like that. I'm
I mean,
so
she might.
surprised, really, but I shouldn't be surprised. Strangers, things you don't know about people.
Please don't go telling everyone about this, though.
Oh, no, I couldn't. I wouldn't. That would not be fair on anyone involved, of course.
But thank you for your help.
Yes, you're welcome. I forgive me, but I probably will have to mention some sort of report to my superiors. They will ask me, and I will have to tell them something.
Oh, I see.
So I will try and minimize any personal details if I am forced to divulge anything to our higher ups.
I guess there's not really much you can do. Your size or your size, and yep, that's fine. Doesn't really come back on me. It's all on Philippe.
I
Silly
suppose.
Philippe.
Poor Philippe. I should make more of an effort to connect with him. After all, he is my clan. And
you definitely should.
yes, he's been a little bit of a pariah lately after the gallery events, and no one's been really prepared to step out and take any sort of a slapping for associating with the city's artistic pariah. But as his pariah status slips away and he continues into the future and we begin to forget about that whole fiasco, perhaps his status will improve.
I think it will. It's gone to rock bottom. It should pick up from now on.
He really needs to produce some sort of miraculous something that will blow everyone away.
One big art piece.
Well, that or a gallery or a book or something.
Oh, right. Yeah, whatever. Artist stuff. I don't know.
Whatever he's into, but he really needs to tap into it and do something really monumental for the city now. I think if he wants to get back into the good graces of the Toreador here, it could be difficult otherwise. You should tell him that.
I'll let him know.
All right.
So, have a good night.
Good night then. Goodbye. Click.
What did you get from that?
I want to meet this of Misa.
Oh, so you'll join us tomorrow? Or I'll join Philippe tomorrow?
Not yet. I will choose my own time.
Right.
But I do wish you to find out everything that you can.
I think I can manage that.
Try not to connect me to it.
All right, I'll do my best.
Of course you will.
I came here originally to learn something.
I have something
to ask
for you to learn.
Oh.
And out of game, if
what's
you
he gonna teach me?
You can gain 3 experience points towards a discipline of your choice with an asterisk that says that I would like to know what it is and agree to it before.
Oh, yeah. I mean, part of me wants to learn celerity.
He can't teach you celerity.
Oh, really? Because he's
No.
been so quick sometimes. There have been times where he's like zoomed in front of me, slammed the door in my face.
Which might be true. Mm,
You know, it's okay. It's okay.
Can't or won't. There's that too.
Okay, so what was it? 4? Okay. I wouldn't mind another level of movement of the mind.
So you're working towards the movement of the mind then, okay? So 3 XP towards that.
Yes.
Okay.
And I should be able to, I mean, I can afford it now. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Very
Okay.
good.
But yeah, sweet. I'll
Yes.
practice that.
Sam, what's Sam doing?
Getting in on the betting with the guys and the horses.
Right.
I assume I've had a little bit of experience in game. In
Yep,
real life,
yep.
I've got no idea.
In fact, you know what? Why don't you make a wits and performance check and see if you or do we have sleight of hand? No, we performance. Wits and performance.
I think sleight of hand was like subterfuge or
3 successes.
security or something.
3 successes. Well, you've made $30 out of them so far.
Nice.
You
I
know,
can go to that because I don't have a lot of money.
Yep, £30. It's quite useful. That'll be your fish and chips for the next 2 days.
Yeah.
You're a vampire. Don't eat fish and chips.
How much are fish and chips over there?
Yeah, I reckon it's the same.
Right. And
A lot of fish and chips.
Philippe, you and John.
I wanna. Yeah. I wanna. I want to.
If you want to be my lover, you got to get with my friends.
Do we know?
Always so weird.
Do
I was
we
thinking I
know
want to ride a bicycle, but
anybody who knows the Nos?
Anyone that knows the Nos, well, Philippe don't know the Nos. That's
I
for
know
sure.
that. I know that already.
Does Philippe know anyone that knows the Nos?
Of course you do.
Who does Philippe know that knows the Nos?
Alexi.
Yeah, but he's not around. I mean, you
You
call
can make a
Alexi.
phone
You could-
call.
I'll call
Shaka
Alexi.
bra.
I'll call Alexi.
All right,
I'll
you
call Alexi.
call Alexi. Alexi, your phone rings. You're having
hello.
a break.
Alexi, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Not, apparently my ego is like a little dot in the universe of egos. Okay, so here we go. This is what I want to know. How do I get in touch with the Nosferatu in London?
I don't know if you try send an email to this email address and if they reply, well, then yeah. If not, and it's one of Winston's aliases.
Okay, all right. I will send this. Now, what was that again? The email address?
You write it down.
Yep, some email
Yeah.
address. Throw away
Winston
Gmail
at
account.
nosferatucreeps.com.
Yep. All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you. And say hello to Bishop for me.
I will do.
All right.
See ya.
Bye. Click, click. All right, Philippe, you've got an
Yeah,
email. You send
and
the
I-
email to Winston.
Yep.
What does your email say?
I say, my name is Philippe Graziano. I would like to meet with you. If you give me a place, I will meet you there. I will enlighten you more about it when we meet, if possible. Thank you very much.
You get a response about 3 minutes later that says, meet me at the Dartford Sugar Factory back gate on the north side by the river.
Okay. All right.
Now.
I'm done.
All right.
Probably
Brum,
just
brum,
sat down,
Right. you're driving. John had an apron on. No, he had like his tucked in
That's it.
his
That's it.
bib, and he's about to eat his perfectly cooked protein meal and his shake, and yeah, off you go. The siren went down the fireman's pole straight into the truck. Off you go.
Yep.
Right. So you're off. What are you guys going to do while Philippe's on his way there? And anything else you're up to right now, presently?
I'm gonna after learning that, I'm gonna be like, thank you, Uther. And I go downstairs and I show it off to Alan immediately.
Right.
Like
So you're
Alan,
like,
Alan.
okay. So Alan's very impressed.
Wait, no, I do it on him.
Can we bet on it? No.
Can you even lift Alan's weight?
Is he under 200 pounds?
Yes, he is.
Then yes, I can.
Fuck. What have I done? Oh my god. What have I done? Oh no. Oh my
You broke the game.
I've
You broke
broken
the
the
game.
game. Oh my god. Never give Charlie telekinesis. Fuck. I gave
Yeah.
her a lamp of fucking, what was it, that lamp that you had in that freaking D&D game, and
Oh,
you
yeah.
immediately turned it into a weapon against the DM. Jesus Christ. Anyway, so Barry, you Philippe, get to this location, to this sugar factory out in Dartford, and you cruise up the back streets till you get to the location that was described. You get out of the car, you wander down by the river, and after you're there for a few minutes, you realize that there is a figure smoking a cigarette, and all you can see is the light of the cigarette, the embers floating. And then after a minute, it flicks it off into the water, and it goes as it goes into the sludge of the River Thames. And the figure turns to you. You must be Gratiano.
I am he.
They call me Winston.
It is good to meet you, Winston.
If you say so.
I do.
Now, what is it that you have called us here for?
I need information, and I understand that you are the best people who give information. The Nosferatu, that is.
Stop with your pleasantries, Gratiano. It is common knowledge that the Nosferatu trade in intelligence.
Yes. And I need some.
There will be a price.
Of course, there always is. And that price would be?
What is it that you seek, Gratiano?
I need to know about one called Lady Amisa.
The newcomer. She's not been here for long. Few traces, ties with Masonic lodges, temples, pagan roots about the world. We have discovered this.
What clan does she serve?
She is a Toreador.
Yes. Yes, and where is she originally from? Do you know?
We know that she came from Morocco.
Do you know of her lineage?
I do not know her lineage. I do not know her sire. You question it?
Oh, no. I'm thinking of sensible questions to ask you. After all, you have other things to do, no doubt.
Then I ask you questions.
Do
If you
so?
answer my questions, then your price will be lowered. Do you understand?
I understand.
Why are you interested in Amisa?
Because I have had an encounter with her.
And it went poorly then.
It did. Yes, it
And
did.
it left you with suspicion.
It did. It left me with suspicions.
Suspicion enough for the prince, do you think?
That is why I am amassing more data before.
But suspicious enough for the Nosferatu.
Suspicious enough for the Nosferatu.
I see. Then I suppose we shall look into these things. What will you do for us?
What do you need done for you that I
What
could give you?
can you do for us?
You will laugh.
Your status has been crushed into the ground here, Gratiano. Your word is worth almost nothing.
Then that means I'm the one person that nobody's looking at.
Do not make such assumptions. I'm looking at you right now, and I have masters too.
Yes, you do. I'm aware of that. All right. I'm an artist, that is all. What can I do?
Do not wish for you to paint me, no.
No.
We're
I did not
interested
think
in
so.
your portraits. Then what will you do? We will take use of your service. Suddenly you feel your hand snatched.
Yeah.
Like that, like grabbed. And it feels a little slimy and wet.
Yeah. I don't resist.
There will come a time when I will find you, and you'll bring to me your spirit's touch, and it will be brought to bear upon some future mystery that has not yet come to light. That will be your payment.
You have a deal.
Very well. I will investigate Amisa for you.
Thank
I
you.
will find you when I have something of value. If I find nothing of value, Gratiano, you may never hear from me again.
I understand.
He's gone. And we shall wrap up there, I think.
Just imagine Alan floating through the air in the kitchen.
No, stop. We're not stopping there. We're stopping with the Nosferatu, not Alan.
No,
Flynn.
he's floating.
No, that's too